Hello, internet friends. Welcome to Quests and Cthulhu. We are so glad that you have decided to spend part of your geekend with us. It is Saturday night, and we are playing Call of Cthulhu. We have a few quick announcements. As now is the case always, our first announcement, the main announcement, our sponsor, the number one sponsor of Quests and Chaos, for me anyway, Birds of Paradise, right there. They are currently having a one-day sale. Sorry, YouTube. One-day sale right now. You can get on the website and get 20% off of the Arizona dice, which I believe these are the Arizona Sunset,
I believe.
Sunset.
And these are the prickly pear margarita ones.
There you go. Yep. There you go. There are all sorts of great Birds of Paradise dice there. Right now, you can get them 20% off. Even if you missed today's sale, you can use our code CHAOTIC, and you can get 15% off. So that's pretty huge. If you go to birdsofparadise.com, probably.
I think so, yes.
Yes.
Hold on. Maybe Google it.
Yeah. Birdsofparadise.com.
Bing it. We bing things around here, Ezra.
Bing.
You go to birdsofparadise.com, you might be binging something. I don't know. Double check it first. That's all I'm saying, kids at home. So Birds of Paradise, our wonderful sponsor. We love you very much.
The code was too hot, and for a second I wrote it. I was like, what does too hot have to do with a bird?
Tiana is always right. That is the
hashtag that.
They did, as I learned.
They did.
So we have our good friends there, our good friends at Nord Games, who make wonderful things for D&D, and someday, I'd like to talk to them about making some stuff for Call of Cthulhu. I think there's room for some of their deck ideas in Call of Cthulhu that you could do some neat stuff with. So, let's talk. We can make that happen.
That could be a lot of fun.
We have the big Quests and Chaos giveaway. It's our huge, I can't even, the stuff that is in there. I want to say it's like over $200 worth of stuff. It is a haul officially.
It is. And get it off my dining room table. Somebody needs to win this shit.
I mean, that settlements book alone is probably tipping your table over.
It is literally like this big, and we've got, the stack of settlements is like this big in our house.
It is a huge giveaway. It's a King Sumo. I think it's kingsumo.com. There should be in the chat. You can check out. You can click and enter, and there's a bunch of different ways. If you share it, you get more entries. I think you can enter more than once. There's like a thing where you can enter at different times and stuff like that. It's a huge racket. You can win tons of free stuff. All you have to do is make a fake email address that you don't care about, and then just use that. Boom.
Is Hotmail still around?
Yeah.
Yes, I still use Hotmail.
So do I.
That you had hanging around. The huge giveaway, we're going to draw in October. The beginning of October is my understanding, like the start of the month of October. So you have the full month of September, because August is over, because August was simultaneously 8 years long and 40 seconds long. I don't know how that worked. It was non-Euclidean, but August came and went and yet lasted forever. It was a fascinating month. So October 1st or 2nd, give or take, time zones and that sort of thing, the drawing will happen. So you've still got time to get your name in there and enter a bunch of different times.
Don't procrastinate.
There's no time right after we're done here. Finish watching this quality program and then go right into King Sumo and do whatever you're going to do. We have, as always, a full week of fine entertainment here for you here at Quests and Chaos. Monday, it's Dragon of Icespire Mountain. And again, only one dragon. If there's more than one dragon, they should have changed the title. and I'm, who knows what level are you guys going to end up being if that?
I am told that we will end at level when we're level 5. It's the adventure from the Essentials kit that's designed to take people from levels 1 to 5.
Does anybody playing D&D anymore actually do experience?
Yes.
Who?
That was my favorite part. When we played back in the day, first edition, like you kept track of your kills, and then at the end, the GM would be like, every goblin is 7 experience. You'd be like, well, I got 4 of those, 3.5 of those,
Boy, kill stealing would be way more of a thing if that were still the case.
Treasure too gave you experience.
Yeah, treasure. You got experience for treasure. It was the best. We would like that was the main min-maxing we did, was figuring out how I could get the kill on that last thing that you were trying to. Oh, it was the best. You got experience for critical hits back in the day. It was, and it was first edition, so we didn't care. There were no experience bonuses for role playing. But in first edition D&D, every class had different experience rates. So like thieves would go up in experience like much faster. They needed far fewer experience to go up in level than anybody else.
At one point, wasn't there different things to gain experience from per class?
Yes. Yeah, that was a second edition idea that was not great.
Okay.
But most people have moved to the like, and you level, everybody levels, the Oprah school of GMing. You get a level. So Monday,
after that tangent.
Wow.
Dragon of Icespire Peak, James killing it in the GM chair. We've got two new players for Quests and Chaos who are joining us there that are it's good stuff. I really like it. Tuesday, the Chaos Agents are back again, as always, because we can't get rid of them, because the guy who's running the game actually runs this place. Try as we might, we can't. That like they're going to be like 80 still running that campaign, and
I wouldn't object, although I think Thomas might object. He wants to get us off to campaign too.
Yeah.
So Chaos Agents Tuesday, and then speaking of playing until you're 80, we will be back here on Saturday. And with more Call of Cthulhu wackiness. And we are looking, as California has put a new new guidelines in place for when studios can open and that sort of thing. I'll be honest, we are the definition of non-essential. Amy is considered essential employee. I think she is actually going into work, but Quest and Chaos is the definition of non-essential. And we always want to, I want to give Thomas and Amy props again for taking every step to consider the health and safety of everybody in the Quests and Chaos family, and making sure that we are following the guidelines. And when we want to get back in studio, just as soon as it's safe to do so. Yes. So people wear masks.
Yeah.
All wear masks for 4 months. Maybe we're back in studio. So we've got board games I want to play, damn it.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
So there you go. The last thing before we go is just take a sec to think good thoughts for the family of Chadwick Boseman. As nerds, think about the things that were lost. Don't start asking, what does this mean for movies that might be. They can make other Black Panther movies. What they can't do is make another Chadwick Boseman movie. And that's the important part. This was a man who was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and made 7 freaking amazing movies. Yeah. This is a man that should be celebrated, not a chance for people to be like, well, what does this mean for a movie franchise? Consider your priorities in that regard, and think good thoughts for all of the family and friends of Chadwick Boseman. Amy, I think we have some bits. Would you like to?
Yes, we do. Who's ready for some math?
Let's hear it. Oh God, we have missed this. Amy doing math.
I love this.
Okay, should we start at the top? We'll just start at the top. So somebody's favorite Twitch user, the Baroness, has given 1,500 bits, of which 1,000 goes to Ezra and 500 go to the players. The players have told me that we have 4 to start with, regardless of if they're right or not. I'm taking the 4 and adding the Baroness's bit for 5. So do we have a G.I. Joe moment?
Oh gosh. I forgot. I was going to wear my my GI Joe shirt that has. So I've done this one before, but I just want to once again reiterate how, even though we talked about the new comic books and all this stuff, GI Joe is still remarkably regressive, and you can count the number of minority characters and women characters. The women
On
characters,
one hand.
you can literally count on one hand. I have a shirt that is just the weapons of all of the female characters in G.I. Joe. I was going to wear it, but then I put on an Alameda shirt instead. But you could easily make that same shirt of just the minority characters. And I mean, one of them is the frickin' fridge. So hardly counts. One of them is a celebrity tie-in. There are...
You mean an actual refrigerator or William the Fridge Perry?
William the Refrigerator Perry was a member of G.I. Joe, and his weapon was a mace that had a football as its mace head. Yeah, it's remarkably effective. And well, I mean, given that nobody in G.I. Joe can actually shoot anybody, maybe hand-to-hand weapons are the way to go. I would need to go. The next time I watch some G.I. Joe, I need to see if did Storm Shadow or Snake Eyes ever actually kill anyone with those swords?
Maybe it was a lot of ching ching.
Yeah, I think it was
On the cartoon show?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, fair, yeah. But I mean, I even wonder in the comics, because in the comics, nobody really dies. Cobra Commander, they think he dies every issue, that was like that was the running theme of that show. Sorry, Amy, please continue.
Okay, I'm just watching Thomas click buttons accidentally and nothing happened. Okay, so what is happening, Twitch? What are you doing? You're out of, don't make me math this out. So Eldebrat gave some gift subs. And then Eldebrat also give the players 1,000 bits to burn, baby, burn. I don't know what that's all about, but I'll take those.
Yeah, you don't.
We need more direction than that at this point.
Yeah.
You don't know what burn, baby, burn means?
Give us a target.
Yeah, I was like, does that mean burn children or what?
Wow, that got dark.
Yep, it did.
Well,
we need
all right.
blood. No.
Well, never mind. That's going to get gross in a minute. Okay, Squirrel on the Run, our favorite Twitch user, 500 to the player who has a Hotmail account.
I haven't changed my email since I was 16. I see no point in it. It's on all of my stuff.
Have email when I was 16.
Use that inspiration wisely.
Yeah, use that inspiration to spam something.
I felt comically indignant about my wife being nice. Damn it, woman!
There we go. I was waiting for that. Okay. Braden 5-Ash gave 1,000 to Ezra and 1,000 to the players.
Wonderful.
And this is a great moment to once again mention we are very close. So first of all, Braden has now, I think, completed his chat game in the Discord. It being a true Quests and Chaos game, it was a 2-part one-shot.
Yeah.
But I think, is it this weekend, Braden? If you're in the chat, put it in the chat. I think it's this weekend that he's doing his 24-hour Masks of Nyarlothotep.
Ooh.
Today he was doing it?
No. I think it is next. I think it's this weekend. But Braden, please put it in the chat because I need multiple reminders about things. But he's got we put the Twitch page in the chat last time. I want to say it's like Cthulhu Marathon or something. We had the link last time, but 2 weeks, he says.
Yep, 2 weeks.
So the 24-hour, see how far they get Masks of Nyarlothotep. I wonder if he kills them all in the Juju house, do they just go home early? Like if somebody's sleep deprived, they can just be like, I opened the pit in the basement.
I mean, that depends on how long it takes them to get to the Juju house, because that's New York. So I guess it depends. Are they starting in Peru? Are they starting in New York?
And also, I'm assuming there have to be sets of backup characters for this.
Yeah,
You have to be briefed beforehand. Here's your backup characters. Review them, and
it's Cthulhu for Charity is the Twitch channel. Cthulhu for Charity.
Cool.
Check that out.
Yep.
I'm hoping also, Braden, that maybe it'll be on YouTube or something. Oh my God, he says they each have 5 backup characters.
Wow. That's
they have to be reckless, right? They have to be going. So like you have to take some risks.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see this.
This
me too. Is it like a deck? Is it like a deck playing game or a deck building like game where you're just like, I need to burn through 2 of these characters to get to the good one?
Yeah, I think that is right. That's right. And they are starting in New York.
Okay, good.
Peru.
Okay. Braden also gave 500 bits to Captain of Bing. I don't know who that is. Who's the Captain of Bing?
Give it to
I
you.
personally,
That's gonna be Nick.
yeah, I was like, it's technically Thomas, but I'll also take that bit. Thank you. Okay, where are we at? 500 Lonely Yeti to the players.
Thank you, Lonely Yeti.
Thank you kindly.
Always.
And then Tamaga Tora, I'm going to do this backwards. 500 to Ezra, and then 500 for Emma to burn something. I'll
Yes.
take it anyway.
Good.
And I think I didn't miss anything. So just to recap, this is Ezra's stack. This is our stack.
Ooh.
Nice.
Although he doesn't
Feels
need
appropriate.
any of
Yeah,
that.
but
He's gonna-
No, it doesn't.
I barely use it.
True.
I thank you for your kind donations to the GM, but I'm a let the dice say what the dice are gonna say kind of guy. Not like these whiny players. Can I re-roll that? Without inspiration, I'm gonna say it. Without inspiration, 2 of you would have died last week. And the best
Probably.
part is Tiana would have killed one of you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nick.
I thought that would have been no, because the person possessing her would have had the knife skill, right?
I mean, I guess that depends on whether we were going to be using Alexandria's knife skill if I hadn't made that POW roll.
Yeah, that's a great question. So is it the knife skill of the person possessing, or is it the knife skill of the possessee?
Possessed.
It actually would have been the knife skill of the thing.
I would bet that it's lower than an 87.
Oh yeah.
Still would have shanked me, but
I mean, yes, but it would have been less probable.
And because I mentioned that the guy who was doing this was kind of moving mechanically.
But I do want to point out, I was wielding that fold-up chair with incredible precision. So you don't know how that could have gone.
Did I miss a wrestling episode? What happened?
I got hit in the wrist with a folding chair at one point. That was fun.
So
Ugh, sounds like we need a recap.
I knocked out 2 people with that folding chair.
You did.
I think you got a career in the WWE.
last week, they found themselves at an auction house that was trying to bring back ancient Rome using some sort of blood magic, and almost everybody in the audience, pretty much save them and a few other people, got possessed or taken over or something, and they just started lining up in a massive sacrificial line. And the auctioneer, as soon as he touched this knife, would just start slitting throats. And whenever anybody touched the knife, they heard in their heads a voice that said, "History shall not be denied." And it ended up that Tiana ended up on the stage, and as soon as the knife took you over, you were like transported to ancient Rome. And Tiana actually did kill one person. She sacrificed one person, but for the most part, she had some amazing will, and also her was wrestled repeatedly by several of the other characters, and they managed to wrest the knife away from everyone. And then Dr. Hollister came up with some increasingly complicated plans for containing it that involved filling your bathtub with concrete, which, you might not get your deposit back on this hotel.
The shocking damage kind of sealed that.
I got a bucket for that.
And at the same time, Joan was in the back of the auditorium looking for certain staves that she found as soon as things started going pear-shaped. And she found a guy in a golden mask who was trying to steal the staves, and she chased the guy down. And unfortunately, knocked one of the staves out of his hand, and it hit the ground, and this purple mist shot out of it and started to coalesce and move off to do who knows what. You found out what, but and then the guy broke the second one out of spite as he was dying. Well, he wasn't dying yet, but the second one also, the same purple mist shot out and went and possessed something. And at that point, Joan heard very loud footsteps coming. And Amy, you are not here to point out how I'm a hack who repeats various things, but a terracotta warrior turned the corner, possessed by whatever that purple mist was, and squished the guy after Joan stole his golden mask. Squished the guy and then ran off. And Joan tried to convince people to chase after the terracotta warrior, but they were not interested. They wanted to get rid of the knife.
We were covered in blood.
There was a lot going on.
All covered in blood. Several of them had been stabbed or beaten up. So currently, Dr. Hollister and Joan, I think, are at the U.S. Embassy.
Right.
They're at the U.S. Embassy, seeing the knife now wrapped in concrete and chicken wire off to the United States. Agent Rogers is very interested in the knife. He's interested in all those artifacts. We had a little bit of we confirmed what a lot of people thought last episode when we found out that Donald and Alexandra were sharing a hotel room, and we need like the bad 70s sound effect. I love the sound. So they were back at the hotel. And Amy, I want to talk about Emma's time in Rome, because you've got, I think it's like 7 days here in the Eternal City, which unfortunately you spend in the Vatican. So it's mainly eternal
meetings. I had meetings, people.
That's pretty much what you did. And so you are brought before your sort of opus dei kind of side, and how forthcoming are you in your update of what's going on?
As forthcoming as I can be without mentioning how anybody dies, how any humans. Well, and again too,
So you leave out every part with Alexandra and Donald.
Kind of, but also like the whole point of I don't think we killed anybody unless they were a monster, right?
Exactly true.
Not the title of the show.
That would get us demonetized in a heartbeat on YouTube.
Bad.
I guess it depends on your definition of monster.
Non-human entity. As soon as you were non-human, fish person, whatever.
So what was
as soon as so as soon as you became an abomination, everything was fine.
So what was
killed several cultists.
Who?
Savannah,
Edward
killed
Gavin,
several cultists.
the guy who fell off his poor dragon and then you executed?
Yeah, but he was also a devil worshiper, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Vatican weirdly agrees with that.
Yeah, 100% agrees with it. Riding a dragon, nonetheless.
Even
I want
worse.
to hear from you. Cultists aren't people.
What?
Cultists aren't people,
You have killed many cultists.
so they don't count as people. Savano's conscience is clean wherever he is on that front.
Are you leaving out a large amount of Japanese sailors?
Yeah, because I focused mostly on the flesh tank. I just kept yelling the words flesh tank, and that seems to have
Let's move on.
Exactly.
I wonder how
I've also painted Madame Lynn as diabolical, evil monkey woman who also must be destroyed.
Well, all right. That's that is the you can. It's not that hard to paint that picture.
Yep, not at all.
Are you forthcoming about what you think is going to happen on Grey Dragon Island, and like, you know, your time with the headdress of eyes?
Oh no. No.
The Black Arrow. The
No.
connection you currently have to whatever weird revolution is going on in Egypt.
Well, that's a whole other story. So I did explain that, and again, highlighting the flesh tank and all the zombies on Grey Dragon Island and how an assault on Grey Dragon Island is imperative, but yet I am not seeing any way to do something as such because of all the flesh tank. What are the zombies called?
Yeah.
That's it, Karasiri. I was like, these things. And of course, I'm explaining it and doing this while I'm doing it.
I'm gonna make a sand roll for the Vatican.
Yeah.
That should be the episode.
There's a lot of arm waving.
And all right.
No sort of Akmala is ever mentioned. The artifacts are there, but they just seem to like have just disappeared. You know what I mean? Disappeared kind of thing. Like we don't talk about the sort of Akmala. What else is there?
There's
the staves.
guys learning rituals for like elder signs and things.
I don't know any of that.
There's one of your group sucking the life out of the rest of your group.
Again, I don't believe that. My soul is fine. That's all superstition and hearsay.
I see.
Yeah.
There's a great deal of drinking and bicycle and explosives.
And again, when I talk about bicycles and explosives, I'm like, bicycles and explosives. So that's how I talk about that. And it seems to be blown up.
So yeah, this goes on for, there's
Days.
like 4 days of just like, all right, tell us. And at the end of 4 days, this poor bishop looks at you and he says, what can we do to help you?
So I need a couple things. I need to get the capstone on top of the bent pyramid. Oh God, I should have actually looked at my notes. The bent pyramid, the red pyramid, the bent pyramid.
The red pyramid.
Right.
The red pyramid. And in order to seal it, I need the blood of innocence. And unfortunately, it's a lot of innocent blood.
Our days of human sacrifice are far behind us.
I mean, I don't know if it's metaphorical or not, but that's what the recipe says.
So you need to perform a pagan ritual
To seal a pagan artifact.
And you require innocent blood.
Correct.
Well, there is an archdiocese in Egypt, in Cairo. We could ask if they would, if anyone in the congregation would be willing to help. But again, I think you might have to. How much blood?
Well, and again, I don't have this up, but it's like once per drumbeat. God, where's my notes? It's like once per drumbeat from sundown to sunup.
Ironically, you guys have, I believe, tried to do the math of figuring out how much you would need, and you have not.
Mm-hmm.
You have not been able to figure that number out.
Do I have a transcription of the actual ritual itself?
Yes.
Okay, so I can share that and be like, somebody smarter than me needs to math this out for me.
But like in seriousness, we wouldn't have taken like a cup of water, measured it, poured it into the eye of the thing, see how much water it took, and then timed out the drum approximately, and then rounded up by 10%.
Hollister would have.
That certainly sounds like something you'll be doing soon, but no, you have not done that yet. And I mean, you actually tried to do the math, and failed the roll a while ago. But yeah, that would be an easy way to get, to get a close, a ballpark number. And so, they are deeply troubled by your suggestion that, sacrifice and blood are required.
Are you really though? I
Yeah.
mean, I know we've moved on metaphorically from the blood of Christ and whatnot, but at one point, it literally was the blood of Christ.
Well, yes, and again, our days of human sacrifice are far behind us.
But you have to think back to when these people were alive. Just because we've moved on does not mean that the ritual and the pyramid and all of those things are, have not.
Not the first time I have said this to you. An eye for an eye leaves us all half blind.
So you don't want the ritual to work?
I want to understand why you believe a pagan ritual that calls for the bloods of innocent is an effective or even godly answer to any problem.
Let me research this. Can I have access to the Vatican archives? And then I want to spend a little time going back and actually proving, because I don't want to say, oh yeah, well, Julius Caesar told me.
Why would you not want to say that?
Can't imagine.
I don't know. The drug use, but I do want to go and back up the ritual with the fact that somehow find documentation to allude to that's what Octavian and Julius Caesar did, or Octavian did.
Yeah, sure. That is, you can, so go ahead and make me a library use roll.
Good library.
This
In the best library in the world.
Oh yeah. Come on, baby.
So bummed.
Oh, 77. That sucks.
We will inspire that.
Okay.
He says,
I mean, honestly,
Come on.
God damn it, 76.
oh man, a Nick.
Oh no, it was one better.
Yeah, it was one better.
So so you're still going to find the stuff. It's just going to take longer. So
Okay.
I'm going to abstract this out because the Vatican part is not the interesting part of this story. During your time there, you're going to tell them as much as you want to tell them, and we can deal with that as we need to. But you're going to find the rationale here, and so they will give you a letter of introduction to the Archbishop of the Cairo diocese, the only diocese in Egypt. They all, there's some between the Muslims and the Protestants, it's a hard life for a Catholic, and the Canoptics. It's a hard life for us there.
Mm-hmm.
We can't decide who we like less. Probably the Canoptics.
Which diocese is it? It's Saint who? Saint somebody?
For my home game, I found this out. Let's see, Cairo. I didn't write it down, unfortunately. Cairo. Let's see. List of Catholic dioceses. It is. They're all mostly Coptic. Saint. The Apostolic Vicariate of Egypt and Arabia, but what is the...
Hang on a second. What are we, 1926 or something?
5, I think.
It is St. Catherine.
Okay. St. Catherine. Okay, so all right, thank you very much. So we're going to go to St. Catherine's.
Yeah, so they'll give you that, and they'll give you a letter of introduction to the Archbishop. You look at the letter of introduction. It is fabulously vague. It's
I know that's kind of what I was afraid of, because then I'm going to have to explain what specifically I need.
It's almost literally, here's a woman you should talk to. Signed, Cardinal so and so. But I mean, it will definitely get you in the door because it is signed by the cardinal that watches over that archdiocese. The other part of this abstraction is during this time, you will gain a D8 sanity back from being at peace with your Lord and living a normal life for 8 days. Some of it is you're mostly sober for 8 days, which is.
Are we really? I mean, it's the Catholic Church. There's a lot of drinking of wine later.
There's much wine, yes. The women religious are famous for their shenanigans. So you'll gain a D8 sanity back, and you also get 2 skill checks in any skill you want right now. Let me rephrase that. Non-combat skills.
Oh, okay. I was like,
There is not a shooting range on the Vatican.
That you know about.
What you use.
For a second, I was like, I have dodgeball. How did that happen?
I have dodgeball.
Okay, so I can't use drunken sword fighting.
That's how you get kicked out of the Vatican. Drunken sword.
Yeah. Mixology is also, I can't use that one.
You have that on there?
Of course I do. It's an entire boat ride where I practice my skills.
Not a lot of mixed drinks with red wine, which seems to be the main one.
It doesn't have to be anything that I currently have, though, right?
You could pick 2 skills. Here's your chance to get your Latin better, or while you
can I go?
I don't know. God, I'm old. Did I tell this story last week? But did I tell the story of how they used to decide if the Pope was dead last week?
No.
So
I can't.
So if when the Pope dies, up until shockingly late, like in the 40s, there was a ceremony to determine if the Pope was indeed dead. That ceremony involved the Chamberlain of the Vatican taking a small silver hammer and hitting the current Pope on the forehead and calling him by his Christian name. And if after 3 times of doing this, the Pope did not respond, the Pope is dead. Now,
way too drunk.
Now it's medicine and all that. But back in the day, I ran at an endgame mini-con years ago, I ran a fate game that was all about all the players were cardinals trying to become Pope. And it always ended up with poisoning and killing, and because the papal conclave, this is a satisfying Wikipedia deep dive. Look up the papal conclave. It's weird.
I'm sure.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang out with the dude who's building the exorcism branch. Whatever you want to call it.
All right.
Vision.
Yeah, he's a visionary for Vatican II. And so I'm going to up my occult and my listen skills, and I'm just going to sit there and be like, so what can you tell me about expelling demons from human souls, especially otherworldly demons? And then just be like.
He is only too happy to, he is in the 20s.
In the basement.
Yeah, in the 20s, this is not, they're big on proselytizing right now. They're not big on this area, but he is happy to have somebody who's interested in his work. So yeah, go ahead and make a skill check in occult. So
okay.
Roll the skill, and if you fail, you're going to get a D10.
Of course I do. A 61 is definitely a fail.
So you can add a D10 to that skill.
Yep, and that's 5 for that. And then I also took listen just because I didn't do a lot of talking.
So Emma's creeping around the Vatican, like listening to conversations. I'm surprised you didn't take Latin.
I mean, I've got already like in Latin, I've got like a 66. It's practically fluent.
Wow.
Yeah. That's an 8. Oh, here's my other one. Ooh, and I failed that as well.
There you go. You get a D10.
All right. And a 9 to that. To the
Whoa. Nice.
At the end.
So, okay.
So after all this, and you've gone and you've told them these things, and make me a psychology roll. See how well you read the room.
My psychology is terrible. So obviously I fail it because I really don't have much.
All right. So yeah, you think things are going great. And after about 5 days of your reports, they say, Sister Navarro, it's clear that you are doing the Lord's work, and we have we have something you can help us with. We have a local businessman who is a dear friend and supporter of the Vatican, and he has a case that we feel would benefit from your unique perspective and abilities.
Okay.
He introduces you to a handsome older gentleman. He's very well dressed, has kind of an audacious pinky ring, and he hello, how do you do? My name is Antonio Scaravetti.
Okay, I'm like big handshake. I'm like, nice to meet you, Antonio.
And something that I care very deeply about has been taken from me. It is an icon of a great religious value, and I have figured out. And at this point, as he starts to say this, the bishop who's with you says, "I believe I will take my leave before you discuss your more earthly pursuits." And
Okay.
Sister Navarro, you will assist this gentleman in any way you can.
Okay. So I ask him, have you gone to the police to tell them that this icon has been, or this thing has been stolen?
The police are completely bought and sold by the mafia. That's who I think took this, the mafia. Okay.
And what is the item?
Oh, it is beautiful. It is a mask of pure gold. It is said to be a depiction of the face of Christ.
Have you put this mask on ever?
I don't wear masks.
Good to know. Good to know. And when was this mask stolen?
A few days ago, and I believe I have found the hotel room of the people who've done it.
Okay. And you don't have other people, you don't have other associates to get into the hotel?
I am a penitent man, and my support of the church is how I, a simple businessman like myself, when I deal with matters like this, of these sorts of things, the church, they give me their assistance.
Got it. And who did you purchase the mask from? How did you obtain the mask?
Oh, the mask. It was brought to me by a dealer from very far away.
And you have a proof of receipt for said purchase?
Of course.
Might I see that?
Of course. He pulls out a bunch of paper. You can make an accounting roll.
Make an accounting roll. I just want to know, is it, what does it look like? Does it just look like somebody on a napkin? Obviously, I don't make it because I have no accountant.
It's definitely a receipt for payment for objects from Egypt.
Okay. Got it. Interesting. And you said it was the Mask of Christ? How did it end up in Egypt?
Well, no. So my dealer brought it from Egypt. Originally, he found it in Palestine.
And why do you believe? Who do you think has who do you think has taken it?
The mafia.
And why would the mafia want to take this mask from you?
It's solid gold.
Is that I'm like is that so how much money is on the paper?
It's priceless. The mafia wishes at every turn to undo the great work of the Catholic Church. If they can take this icon and do away with it, or ransom it back to the church, by doing this, we will be saving the church much money.
Okay, and how did you come to understand that the mask was at such a said hotel? What hotel is it?
Oh God, I don't remember the name of the hotel you're staying in. Let me see if I write.
And second question, am I not allowed in that hotel anymore?
You've never heard of this hotel. It's one of the few in Italy that you do recognize it as a down market property.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, the Ritz or anything like that.
Okay, so it's
was it the
okay. And Mr. Scaravetti, why do you think it's here?
Well, I have bribed people in the mafia to tell me things, and I pass that information on to the church.
Okay. Do you have a car?
Of course.
Okay, let's go.
So, you get in the car, and you don't even need to make a spot hidden. His driver is definitely muscle.
Okay.
His driver doesn't speak any English. He speaks Italian, but Italian. So.
Yep, which is fine too. Oh God, how bad is my Italian? My mother would be so embarrassed. Should have taken Italian a little bit more than Latin. What other things are in the car? Like, okay, so can I spot hidden, or can I see anything? Like, does the driver have tattoos? Because I'm now becoming quite suspicious of the fact that he's a God-fearing man with a driver who's muscle.
So you can, sure, make me a spot hidden roll. Let's see if you notice anything.
It's not great. A 73 does actually get me to a spot hidden, which is 86. So
you have made
I see all things.
So, you notice once again, you haven't been in Italy in a while, but guys like this are, if he's probably trying to weasel his way into the mafia, or he's trying to leverage the church against the mafia. You have been part of situations like this before, where
because my big question is trying to ferret out who am I pissing off in order to do this?
Well, so the bishop asked you to help this man. So that's sort of the default, is that, until
but the church doesn't necessarily offer protection. Like, you know what I mean? So if I take something and all of a sudden it's on me, they would just be like, and you're going to jail. Good luck for you.
So actually, you have found that the church tends to be very protective, especially of operatives like you that they have put a lot into.
Mm-hmm.
Even the poor guy in the basement who deals with exorcisms, when he accidentally kills a baby that he was trying to remove a demon from, he gets reassigned, but he doesn't face any prosecution,
any criminal charges. So, Mr. Scaravetti, is there anything else you can tell me regarding what the people look like, perhaps, or I need to figure out? It's a large. Is it a large hotel?
It's sort of small. It's 4 stories.
But it's got enough rooms that I wouldn't be able to search every single room. It would help if I knew either what floor they were staying on, what room they were staying in, or what they looked like.
You can make an Italian roll.
Oh God!
He says
I should have taken more Italian.
Italian.
Nope.
So you catch So you catch the driver's name. The driver's name is Marco.
Okay.
And that's about what you catch. And Marco says something back to him, and he says, and Marco has been he's been watching this hotel. He says the room is the fourth floor. It's the fourth floor is the suite.
Okay.
Are you any good at opening locked doors?
No, I'm not.
Well, I will go with you in this.
Great. Do you have any money?
I do.
Fantastic. So I'm going to take, so just to kind of walk us through this, Mr. Scaravetti and I, is there like a lobby or something, like a cafe, a lobby, something like that, where we can go into the hotel without having to like directly go into the hotel kind of thing?
Yeah, it's Italy. There's always a cafe.
Okay. So I'm going to ask him for some money, and it would be enough money to make it worthwhile to have a cleaning person open a door for me.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so that's the next task, is to just kind of look around, figure out where, behind the bellhop or wherever it is, to kind of find somebody who's cleaning rooms.
No problem. You find that no problem. You slip them, a shockingly small amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, make me a credit rating roll. Let's see how good you are at bribing in foreign currencies.
Okay, I don't know. Do I want to change dice? These have been doing so-so for me so far. Son of a... Bah. I don't make it.
All right, so you overpay this nice woman. And
which is fine.
It's Scaravetti's money. You can do that.
As long as I don't underpay her.
She is only too happy to let you in. And so
okay.
It's about, at this point, it's fairly late at night, but you and Scaravetti and this woman are creeping up, and you go in to this room, and Scaravetti starts looking through stuff, and you start looking. And it's at that point that you feel a knife at your throat. Make me, what should I say? Make me an intelligence check, Emma.
Okay. I also want to say whatever I give up in whatever Italian I do know. Ooh, it's a 6.
All right.
And I'm not smart.
You recognize the knife at your throat. That is clearly one of Alexandra's knives.
Damn it. Seriously? Put the light on.
As soon as I hear Emma's voice, I'm just like, what the hell?
Is that Emma?
It's Emma.
What's she doing with the bug?
What are you two doing? Whoa. Where are you, Donald? Please explain to me what I see right now.
He's in the doorway.
Donald is in the doorway of the only door that's open.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. For a second, I thought both of you, I was like, whoa.
So the way I've had it explained to us is that we're lucky enough everywhere we go to have a suite where it's like a centralized living room, and then like 4 rooms or 5 rooms off of the main living room.
Okay, so I'm not shocked. Okay, so never mind. I'm not shocked about what I thought I saw.
You have no idea at this point.
And Scaravetti is like looking around going, these are people?
Yeah, well, hang on, sit down. So Scaravetti has asked me to, and my employer has asked me to find a golden mask, one made of pure gold, that was apparently stolen by the mafia. Emma. So my question is, now what happened? Please explain.
So when Emma said sit down, did the knife leave her throat?
Oh yeah, no. As soon as I recognized her voice, the knife came away and pure, what the hell is this?
So when you turn the light on, if this is Scaravetti, he does not look like a bug. He's a normal person.
Last week he said something like, "What have you done to me?"
You definitely heard that.
Interesting. I'm just like, Emma?
Mm-hmm.
Our friend here nicked the capstone.
So Donald's got his gun trained on Scaravetti.
And Alexandria has not put away the dagger. Admittedly, she's wearing a nightgown, so question is where she would put it. But Dagger's still very much in hand.
Yeah, I was about to say you sleep with it, so it would be just
It's usually under a pillow.
Capstone?
Do we recognize him as Scaravetti?
You've never seen him not as a bug.
Huh.
How do we know it's him then?
What do you mean? How do we know it's him? Are you asking me? Or are you asking? You're asking the group. Or are you asking Ezra?
In character, maybe we don't think it's Scaravetti. It doesn't look like Scaravetti.
Does not look. Yeah, this is a human.
All right.
Can we just take one step back? Do you have a gold mask?
No.
Who's your friend, Emma? Why are you breaking into our room?
Well, because this is Mr. Scaravetti, and again, like I had said, my employer had asked me to help assist him with finding a gold mask that was stolen from him. And he explained that the gold mask was taken by the mafia, and that the trail of evidence had led to said suite, and so blah blah blah, bribed, blah blah blah, a little bit of this, yada yada yada, a little bit of that. Here we are in the door.
I enjoy that you call the Vatican my employer.
Technically, she's not wrong. But Nick asked a good question in our personal chat. This does sound like Scaravetti.
So you clearly heard the voice you associate with Scaravetti say, "What did you do to me?" But this guy does not sound like, when you see his lips moving, it does not sound like that.
There's something wrong.
So why are you breaking into our hotel room? You think I stole something from this thief over here? This mafia?
Well, so step one, I didn't know it was your hotel room. Step two, did you steal something from him?
I think it's the other way around, Emma.
Right.
You. Where is the golden mask? The mask.
None of your business, bug.
Bug?
Who are you?
My name is Antonio Scaravetti.
Does he have a wallet that I can
Yeah.
find?
Yeah.
Okay.
He pulls out like his little ID card.
And the voice sounds different.
Yes, the voice does not sound.
Is there anything that I can see that looks like him, like a manner of dress or something that he would have carried on him that I would recognize from the time that we saw him at the speakeasy or wherever we were?
Make a spot hidden roll.
Okay.
His ID card says that he's Antonio Scaravetti.
So, I mean, he's not a bug, and he's not. I mean, he seems dressed similarly. There are the mannerisms is hard just because how the thing with the carapace and everything moved is so different than how a human moves. But I mean, the dress is of a similar level.
Okay. Crud.
Did you steal a golden mask from the auction house?
No.
What do you know about that mask, fella?
And what do you know about that auction? And what do you know about that auction house?
I know that my mask was at that auction house and that I had purchased that mask and I sent someone to pick it up. I have the receipts. You saw the receipts, Navarro.
He does have a receipt for the said purchase of a mask. So wait, I'm now thoroughly confused. Mr. Scaravetti, so you sent someone to pick it up and then what happened? Because you said it was stolen from you. Where exactly? I was under the assumption it was stolen from your home or...
Stolen from the auction house. There were, they said there were 12 people killed in the robbery and that many items were stolen.
And just look at those two, like really?
I just let us look back at her with a raised eyebrow and trying to indicate there's a hell of a lot more here going on than you know.
And my, I have some connections in the police department, and they told me that they had traced the mask here.
Interesting.
Right.
That's really interesting. And wait a minute, did somebody say the capstone was missing?
Yeah, the capstone.
I don't.
No. What happened to that?
We put it in a safe at the last hotel.
It was stolen from the hotel safe.
Got nicked.
So you never had the gold mask?
I never had a golden mask.
I'm not discussing the golden mask, fellow. You're breaking into our hotel room here. I think you'll be answering questions from us.
Hold on. I didn't break into the hotel room. I got the key. That's not exactly breaking in.
Emma, that is the sort of shading the truth that gets you into trouble with your bosses.
It's sort of shading the truth that keeps us out of trouble with my boss.
I'm very confused right now.
Good.
Who are you?
So we don't have the mask and we don't have the capstone. So basically what we're saying is all of us in this room collectively have jack shit.
Correct.
But you had the mask.
I'm not saying that either, fella. What you know a little more than you're telling us about this mask and what it really does.
Yes, it's a mask of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He's a face. He's a face.
I'm going to pull the receipt again. Does the receipt have a date on it?
Yeah, it was about 4 weeks ago. Which is, within a reasonable time to have it be, and it's for the what was the name of the auction house? I should really write things down.
You really should.
Oh, GM people, don't do it. It's not
because I'm just trying to figure out because Donald keeps saying
Tea house.
The Marchetti.
Okay, because was it ever in his possession? Because if it was never in his possession, then it's not.
It was never in his possession.
Okay.
He had bought it at the auction from the auction house. The dealer brought it to the auction house. He had bought it there, and he was going to pick it up there. He had explained to you, and that's why the receipt is to the auction house.
Okay.
How about we just settle down? Make yourself comfortable, fella.
You settle down. You're the one with the rifle.
Joan to come back. Joan was the one at the auction house who witnessed someone wearing this gold mask you speak of. I think she'll be able to answer or draw something out of this mask.
So you don't have the mask?
I'm not telling you about any mask, fella. It's none of my business.
I promise you, Emma, I will fill you in. There's been a lot happening the last couple days.
Also, who put the mask on? I mean,
some fellow that Joan saw.
Joan knows more about this than we do.
Don't ever put on masks. He's a bad
exactly. That is exactly what I have to say. That is exactly that are words to live by. No truer words have been spoken today.
I third that absolutely.
If only my quotes could be.
Alex, you got this under control, right? I'll be
right. We don't have this under control. How did we lose the capstone again?
It got stolen from the hotel safe by someone with those sorts of connections.
It's a rash of robberies.
All right. Well, I'll go get dressed basically, and then can come out in a minute or two.
All right.
And Mr. Scaravetti, those same police officers that said that we had the mask.
I'm still confused of who we is.
These individuals.
Room. They had traced the mask back into this room.
And how did they do that?
Exactly.
The Baroness figured out what accent I'm doing. Dwarf on Italian.
Yep. I'll
come back in.
Glance over at him.
All right.
They said this is where they had traced the mask to. They said they were going to send a detective here.
Really?
Interesting.
And how many times have you purchased information from these police officers?
I'm sorry?
How many times have you purchased information from these officers?
Oh, many times. That's how business is done in Rome.
But they've been completely reliable every single time?
Yeah. If they're not reliable, you stop buying information from them.
Well, I think this time around.
What's your name, fella?
Antonio Scaravetti. You have my ID card. Can I have that back, please?
What's with your family, the Scaravetti family? What do you know about it?
We are a very large family here in Italy. It's a fairly common last name. Myself, I run a concrete plant, and I am a major donor to the Catholic Church. And the church takes care of me. They every once in a while will have nice people like Sister Navarro here to help me out.
So you're a maid man?
I'm sorry. I don't know what this
I don't know what you call it here in Italy. Different terms over there in the States, but you.
I'll translate what I understand he's saying to be basically like not a mafia person, but someone who's supported by the mafia.
I mean, if you wish to do business in Rome, you do business with the mafia at some points, yes, but there's a reason that I give most of my money to the church, not to the mafia.
What was the name of the restaurant where we met the bug Scaravetti?
The Mila Divina.
Mila Divina? All right. I'll ask him what connection do you have to the Mila Divina?
Oh, 9. Oh, they have very nice antipasti there.
What else do they have there?
Well, they have lovely wine.
And who owns that?
A little heavy on cheese for me.
Who owns that restaurant? And whose protection does it fall under?
I don't know whose protection, but I believe the owner is Giovanni. I only know him as Giovanni.
I don't know. So is it a brother? Is it an uncle, a cousin? Who is it that's running all this?
That's running a what?
Another family, another Scaravetti. Who calls the shots?
At the concrete factory, I do. I am the owner.
Well, the concrete factory is just a front that you use, right? Disposing things. A legit business, right?
Oh, I see. No, I am not. I'm not a criminal. Right.
You just break into hotel rooms in the middle of the night looking for golden items.
Okay, Donald, you've got to calm down because first of all, asking if people are mafiosa or not is the easiest way to get killed in Rome, period. Second of all, accusing people of being in the mafia is the second easiest way of getting killed, period. And then accusing people of being in the mafia is also the third easiest way of getting killed here.
Yes, well, tonight, Britain breaking into my hotel room after I've had a rather long couple of days is probably the first on the list of ways to get killed.
You keep saying breaking in. I acquired the key. I acquired the key using ample amounts of money.
I wasn't talking about you. You're just the vehicle this fellow used.
That seems rude. Thank you, Miss. Thank you, Sister Navarro, for all of your help. And I'm sorry that your friends are. I mean, I will take it on faith that the mask was never here, but that's very confusing to me.
Emma, does he have backup outside?
Of course.
Really? You haven't told us about this? Where are they?
Hold on. How about this? Everyone is tired. It's fairly late. Why don't we have this conversation at a civilized hour in a civilized place? Like the antiques dealership or wherever that is, wherever this place is, the receipt. Or a cafe near there.
So
you want to let him go?
Why do I wish to have another conversation with you people with the guns? Huh?
Well, I mean, clearly you're interested in talking to us, or you would have walked out by now.
You have my ID card. You have my receipts for the mask I bought. You give them back to me. Yeah, I think about leaving.
Donald,
your friend, apparently, Sister Navarro, she understands I wanted help. She is helping me. You two who answer with these evasive, like, I have never held a mask before. I understand what is happening here. Now I'm Russian.
Emma, this
I'm
fellow
not going to talk about a mask, but I have a rifle here in a hotel room.
shares the same name as the fellow who stole our capstone. They have the same name, and that fellow was a mafioso.
Why? Oh, well, until you said that, I was like, why didn't you go after him? But then,
yeah.
That's the fourth easiest way.
I think the top easiest way is to go after someone who's in the mafia. So I think Emma got her numbering a bit wrong.
So, Mr. Scaravetti, they're accusing you of taking our property.
if I took their property, why would I come back here with you? If I took their property, I know you're connected to them. Why do I come back here with you? Why do I have receipts?
No, I agree. I personally think because if we actually had each other's items, we could just fair trade and I'll move on.
I'm so glad one of you is logical.
Nobody has anything.
I know. Sources that I trust told me that my mask was here, stolen from the auction house, and brought here.
Well, just ask your family where their capstone is, and then if you can wrangle that up, we can discuss getting this mask back for you.
My family?
No, the Scaravettis.
I think you think that there is. There must be a Scaravetti family that I do not know about. Have you? You seem to have had dealings with someone named Scaravetti.
Oh yes, very interesting dealings. He works in the fellow that we dealt with deals in very interesting currency.
Yeah, goes to the same restaurant you go.
Everyone goes to the Villa Divina.
Yeah, I'm watching his face to see if mentioning unusual currency makes him react in any way.
You can make a psychology roll.
Ugh. Things I am not good at. Holy shit.
All right, check that box.
+1.
There you go.
Wow.
He does not react at all. He is super confused right now. And he's super confused. He's a little frustrated that he's had a rifle put on him this whole time. And he is put off by the fact that, you know, every time he asks about his mask, he gets like a runaround answer of, we're not going to talk about the mask.
We're not talking about the mask.
Look, why not? What did you do? I mean, did we ever have the mask?
We'll discuss that later. We have an inkling of where it might be. I'll say that much. So you have an idea where our captain is?
Mr. Navarro.
It's the middle of the night. We got woken up by people breaking into our borrowing a key and making their way into the hotel room after having a very long couple of days. We are not exactly interested in being as straightforward as I think you'd like us to be. However, we may have an idea of where your mask is, and if we can help you reunite with it, we will.
And yet, you require from me the straightforwardness you will not give me.
Listen, you don't know what we've been through, and we're not in the mood to discuss this with you, fellow. What is it, like 2:30 in the morning?
Not that late. It's 10.
It's late enough.
It's late.
If you want to have a discussion at another time, arrange it with Emma.
We should meet tomorrow. And it's only 10 o'clock. Come on, people. It's Rome.
Alexandria will hold up her bandaged, wounded right hand and be like, I've had a long couple of days.
Oh, where did that happen?
None of your business.
Well, Sister Navarro, I'm very sorry that you had to deal with these very rude people, and I will be going. And he takes his ID card and the receipts. And
okay.
I really want to shoot that fellow.
I really want to knife him, but you know, we can't.
You both need to be careful who you're going to quote unquote shoot and knife in this town.
No, I know.
Very careful.
I know. Right. And I'm actually going to like open the door again and like lean out to make sure he's properly gone.
There is no one there.
Cool. I'm gonna close the door and lock it and look at Emma and go, oh, we have a lot to catch you up on.
This would be much easier if you actually had the mask and he actually had the capstone. Problem solved.
We had the mask. Joan got it from some guy at the auction house.
So where's Joan in the mask now? Don't tell me she put it on and she's out about town now.
No, there are other things out about town because of things that got broken while she was around.
I don't even know what that means.
Too long. That would be a great title.
Should we let Joan tell her, or do you want to try to wrap it up?
I don't think Joan will be completely honest, so.
That's true. So.
Hey, don't look at me like that.
Joan tells us she struggled with some fellow who was trying to steal some staves that she had an eye for. You can understand that. And there was some sort of struggle, and now there's creatures roaming around the town, destroying things.
So we went from struggling with a man for staves, which again, I completely don't agree with why we're stealing things, and then fighting with the guy who's also trying to steal it. Totally not the point here. When you say things, there's a lot of gray area between fighting for staves and things roaming about town. Lots of stuff here. Lots.
We haven't seen them, but it's supposedly a statue of some sort, animated warrior statue. Oh, and a mummy. That's right. There's a mummy too.
Of course there is.
So yes, we went to the auction house because one of Joan's friends, the person who actually stole the capstone from us, who owed Scaravetti a hell of a lot of money, apparently.
Okay.
We went to the art house with tickets that he gave her to see if there were any interesting anything. We tend to follow.
What was this guy's name?
The fellow's name was Granetti, Marco Granetti.
Marco Granetti.
And he's dead.
Oh.
Yes, Marco Granetti got his head ripped off by an Anthony Scaravetti, who looked like a oversized scarab.
Did he look like this little man? I'm assuming he was a fat little Italian man.
Sure.
No, but for a second, when I first grabbed you and had the knife at your throat, sorry about that, I didn't know it was you. When I first grabbed him, I heard the same voice say, "What have you done to me?" Exactly the same voice as that Scaravetti. So I'm reasonably convinced that guy is him, or is his human cover of him. I don't know.
And when did he say, "What have you done to me"?
As I was having my knife at your throat, in that 2 seconds before you said something.
So you didn't hear anything, Emma, when that happened?
I swear I heard. Donald, did you hear that?
That's right. I knew that was his voice. I recognized it. He was in this room the night before, actually. We took a couple shots at him before he left.
Okay, I'm even more confused. Let's just start with what happened on Monday. Let's just start with Monday. Let's just start at the top of the week. What happened?
And Alexander's sit back for a second, look at the ceiling. What day was Monday?
Yeah, that's what
Demi, do you want to start with the art house or further back?
How about I had to go to work, said goodbye at the train station, catch you guys in a week or whatever, and then let's just pick it up from there.
From Joan's friend, art smuggler fellow, wants Joan to do the auction for her, right? And then Joan happens to somehow reveal in the conversation that we've got this priceless Egyptian artifact, the capstone.
Okay.
Whatever, that comes up, unfortunately. So he happens to know what hotel we're staying at, and arranges to have the safe nicked while we're out doing, I don't know what we were doing.
Okay, so then
being tourists.
Following that, oh, sorry, go ahead.
We were being tourists and came back. All of the notes and the satchel were still there, but the capstone was gone.
So we went after Marco Granetti. How?
Joan, right?
Yes, Joan, we didn't know at the time that it was Marco Granetti that had nicked it. So Joan went to lunch with him, and he dropped it on the table in front of her apparently and said, help me and you'll get a cut of the money when I sell this, because I owe very dangerous people a lot of money.
Okay. Our little friend.
Apparently.
Right.
So she came back and told us what happened. We were able to we were able to meet up with him at the restaurant to try and buy it back. We got some money from the U.S. Embassy, apparently.
Yes, we were going to just buy it back. The simple solution. Give the money for the item, but the fellow who runs the mob, this bug fellow, Scaravetti, is not interested in human currency.
So again, you were at lunch with Marco, and all of a sudden we've jumped to Bug Fellow. How did that happen?
We weren't at lunch with Marco.
Yes, we did. We went to lunch with him at the place of the Tommy guns. Remember?
That's right. The Tommy guns. Yeah.
The fact that I used what weapon was involved to designate where we were.
That part. Yeah. Now.
Yeah, no, we were at the hotel, the restaurant that I mentioned to him, and not Scaravetti, Granetti was looking terrified. We were offering to buy it from him, and then a voice from behind a beaded curtain said, basically, it's not enough. And then Scaravetti, Beetle Scaravetti, came out and wound up ripping Granati's head off.
So 2 questions. The beetle, was it human before it was a beetle, or did it just have like 2 legs and some arms just going, that's not enough money, with its little pinchers?
I mean, we didn't see it when it was behind the beaded curtain, so it may have shifted, but I'm not sure. Can't answer that one.
The shape behind the curtain was always really large.
Okay, yeah. Behind the curtain, it was huge. So.
And the only way you know that Scaravetti was the beetle is the fact that you heard him speak.
Seconds before you did.
Well, it sounded like him. That's all we know. It's the voice sounded very.
Okay. The beetle didn't say, "Hey, I'm Mr. Scaravetti. That's not enough money."
No, that would have been the dead giveaway. But we have heard that particular voice when he came into the hotel room, and Hollister sprayed him with an amazing bug spray concoction.
Ooh, do you have any left? Because tomorrow we could act. Okay, I'm going sideways on this. Let's
I'm
continue.
going to look around and see if I can find where the fire extinguisher is.
Still got in this room.
Because I'm just saying, a little ode to bug spray. We can meet him tomorrow, see if he's actually a bug or not.
No, there's a lot of things that would kill us too.
You don't have it on you.
Do not apply this to your own skin. That is a bad
So
idea.
then the capstone was never at lunch.
No, the capstone wasn't there. Well, I'm actually trying to remember if the capstone was there and we were just dissuaded from taking it because Tommy guns.
You did not see it there. No.
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't physically there. Joan told us that he had it, and I trust her on that. And so we were told, bring back 5 souls and you can have the capstone.
By Bug Scaravetti.
By Bug Scaravetti.
And where do we think this mask is?
Well,
that's a whole other story, the mask. You want to hear about the mask, right? So Joan did nick the mask.
Yeah, so we were at the art house and something happened there. It went from being a fairly normal art auction to a ritual sacrifice. It wasn't a robbery that ended up with a bunch of people dead. It was a demonic demon a demonic knife that was possessing the auctioneer the second he touched it, and he was cutting people's throats as they were lining up for a ritual blood sacrifice to bring ancient Rome into present Rome.
Okay. And the mask was there as well?
Apparently. So Donald and Hollister and I were in the main room dealing with the dagger situation. And Joan apparently saw something in the back room that triggered her instincts. So she went back there. There were
her instincts.
I'm being nice. And she told us that she saw a fellow back there wearing the gold mask and carrying staves. And in the process, both of the staves got broken. And some purple mist came out of the staves, possessing, she said, a terracotta warrior. And what we found out later was a mummy, because there's news articles all over all over Rome about them wreaking havoc. She wanted us to go after them. I had no idea how we could do that, so we left.
And Joan nicked the mask.
Yes, Joan did take the mask off of the fellow.
That's good. I mean, it's not great, but that's good. At least we have some leverage then to get the capstone back.
We don't have it anymore.
Okay, we have no leverage. So we don't have a mask. We don't have a capstone. There's a terracotta warrior and a mummy on the loose. The gentleman who's with me is also a bug. And Donald keeps wanting to shoot people in a town where he's like the little fish in like the ocean. Like he's a guppy in an ocean.
They came into a hotel room. What do you expect me to do?
Steady on.
I mean, nothing's burned down yet, so...
Well, about that, there were some explosions in the garment district, so there have been.
I didn't do it.
We didn't do it either, technically. The mask is with a detective, Vesti, who claims to be the greatest detective in Rome.
That's what they all say.
That is what they all say. He showed up at our door. I suspect he's one of the police contacts that your friend Scaravetti was talking about, who tracked the mask and everything back here. We gave it to him to go away because it was that or the dagger that had made me almost kill innocent people.
What time was that he said
That was
that you gave it?
that was earlier tonight. So that was
No, that was this afternoon. That was earlier this afternoon.
yeah, that was around maybe 2 or 3 this afternoon.
Right.
So guessing from when Scaravetti met with me, is that feasible that Scaravetti wouldn't know that the detective has the mask and that would be like the information sort of susses out?
That's right. And also, you remember Scaravetti actually said they were going to send a detective over here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
But I mean, that detective isn't going to rat us out. Otherwise, you'd have to give up a absolutely gorgeous mask that I had no interest in touching. I think you're caught up.
Okay.
Oh, also the dagger was trying to get me to kill people and was taking it out on my hand when I wouldn't.
Got it.
And the dagger's been dealt with at least, so that's pretty much done.
The dagger's been put into concrete and is being delivered to the embassy. Hollister was very particular about the way that it got wrapped in chicken wire and concrete.
Okay. I don't know about the chicken wire, but all right.
Apparently it makes it less likely to break if something bumps the box that it's in. I don't know. That's not my purview. I stayed away from it.
All right. And where's Joan?
Hollister.
Joan and Hollister are dropping off the dagger. I could not be near it, and I guess Donald felt the pull of it too.
Okay.
Not that knife. I just don't like it.
All right. Well, I'm going to bed.
In which room?
I'm assuming I'm going back to wherever I was staying.
You can use my room. It's fine.
I'm going to glance him out of the corners of my eyes, just like.
It's fine.
So what time are we meeting tomorrow morning? I'm going to go to my own house or whatever the nunnery, wherever I was staying.
I blushed on stream.
All right. So Emma will head out, and we're going to cut to the U.S. Embassy, where Joan, you are privy to a very sad scene as Dr. Hollister hands over, once it's been once he feels it's being suitably contained, the knife, and also an attaché case of about, what is it now, $7,000, I think is what you have left that you're giving.
I don't think we spent any of it.
We didn't spend any of it. It's the full 10,000, right?
Yeah, he
Don't give it back.
He's a bureaucrat. What do you think he's gonna do?
We need that money.
He opens the case and he says, "I think you'll find it's all there." Pushes the case across, and the guy Carmichael is just like, "We've never gotten money back."
Well, cool. Then you could just give it to us. You could use it.
No, we're doing this so that when we ask for it next time, we'll be sure to get it.
Oh yeah.
There has to be trust.
That's how government works.
Well, I'm not going to go that far, but
Yeah, but for delivery purposes, you could give us some of it back.
no. And I'm going to write out a full report on why this knife isn't supposed to be used.
That would be great, because
Include it.
you've been you've just told us not to get near the knife, which makes transporting it somewhat difficult. But
Well, no, as long as we've got it in a locker of some sort that's locked.
yes, it is sealed.
Yeah, I'm very happy with the inaccessibility of it. If anyone hears voices in their head compelling them, and looks like they're going to unlock it, the other person should just hit them over the head and put an end to that.
Maybe not so much on the hitting on the head, but sure, yeah, I'll note that down, and it'll be on a boat tomorrow, in a diplomatic hold, so it won't be trouble. We won't have any trouble with customs.
Cool.
Excellent.
And it should be, within 3 weeks, it should be with Agent Rogers.
Sure, nothing will go wrong.
Thank you, Dr. Hollister, for your service to the country. It is greatly appreciated, and I don't understand this whole thing with your boss, but if we can help in any way, you just let me know.
Will do.
And so you guys will
Bid them a good morning.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. By this time, it's quite late. You get back to the hotel at like 4 a.m.
I'm bummed they didn't thank me for profusely enough for helping them get back their items, right?
I'm pretty sure it was an open thank you for from them. Derp.
Yeah, Dr. Hollister. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, you were the one asking them to give you some money, so.
Well, I thought that would be a nice way to thank us.
The government is a terrible tipper.
Yeah. Well, there wasn't a reward for this. This is what I already get paid for.
Yeah, you are getting paid for it.
Yeah, and when you need money for things like, back in Shanghai, I paid for that. Remember that? So
yeah, so I'm dependent upon you for my money and my existence. Yeah, thanks.
No, you can leave at any time and go get a job somewhere else if you really want to. Is that what you want? I was under the impression, saving the world and our continued existence was fair compensation.
Payment enough. So that why don't you reject your pay then, huh? And just do it for free because just saving the world.
I just handed $10,000 back. I did.
But you still have money, don't you?
Yeah, because I'm employed. Yeah.
Yeah, see? See?
Okay. I failed to see the problem with this.
You two hear some sort of argument. Alexander Donald, you hear like Joan and Dr. Hollister clearly both very tired, but still like bickering at like 4 a.m. as they both go to their respective rooms.
And just like roll over and stick the pillow over my head, just like not dealing with this.
Yeah, going back to sleep. So.
Weirdly, Emma might be the first one at the hotel the next morning. The Vatican is an early rising establishment. 8 days of like living in the Vatican have really changed Emma.
Oh no.
And so, yeah, you come back to the hotel and everybody is in various states of, not wanting to be awake.
Mm-hmm.
Emma has returned.
And as soon as I'm awake and dressed, I'm going to fetch several pots of coffee because I feel like we're going to need it, and just have it available on like a little push cart in the room and be like, have fun. I heard you two come in. How'd it go?
Dagger is secure.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
The likelihood of ancient Rome coming back is, I feel, minimal. If we're really lucky, the ship will sink on the way there.
I was going to say, is there any way, is there any way that we can get someone to kick the concrete block over the edge and like the trench, that really deep trench that they found?
Oh, I don't know. We don't have any money to bribe people with, do we?
Wait, we don't have money to bribe people? We're screwed.
Wait.
We might as well just leave Rome.
We had a sizable amount of money. We just positioned to be used for purchasing weapons to pay bribes to obtain to buy the capstone back, right?
No, that's off the table. Remember, Scaravetti doesn't want money. He refused money.
Scaravetti, or a Scaravetti, showed up at the hotel room last night with Emma.
A Scaravetti.
What?
I distinctly heard.
Yeah.
Antonio.
Ha! Nice. A Scaravetti, indeed. I distinctly heard the voice of our friend, the bug Scaravetti, asking, what the hell did you do to me? Before, well, I recognized that I had Emma on the other end of my knife and then drew back to figure out what the hell was going on.
I have a great idea.
Also, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, no, that's fine. I just expect it.
Probably a good idea around Alexandria, to be honest.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm just glad you didn't like cut my throat before I had the chance to figure out that it was you and just been like, oh, brother.
I did seriously consider just going for the kidneys, but you know.
Ugh, you wouldn't want those right now. Anyway,
I think it's your liver we don't want right now.
that too.
Talked her out of it.
Yeah.
I found the sliver of humanity left in Alexandra.
Yeah, because she was straight up like, I'm murdering this person.
They broke into our hotel room in the middle of the night. Of course I was going to straight up knife whoever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And
It
then I
wasn't
was talked
forced
out of it.
entry.
Sure,
It's just-
but so what?
She
So-
found a cleaning
There's a
person.
lot of semantic arguments about crime going on in this conversation.
It's been my entire
That's it.
week of
That's
semantic arguments. It's my entire week of explaining things that I didn't really do.
What's the name of our
But-
thing? It's a crime. Yeah,
With
just
the uninvited people who have found their way into our hotel room over the past 24 hours, killing them is the correct response. In
Most of them,
those
yes.
cases.
But it wasn't. He didn't look like the bug version of Scaravetti, but I heard his voice, and so did Donald.
So
And what did the voice say again?
we still want to see how he's doing after the cocktail, right? We should set up a meeting.
Oh, very much.
Wait a
so.
minute. What did the voice say again?
The voice said, "What the hell have you done to me?"
That's right.
What the hell did you do to me?
Oh, excuse me. What the hell did you do to me? That wasn't what I
So-
wrote down, but sure.
So something did happen to him then to make him a bug. So it's
or something happened to him while he was in bug shape. He looked. You said last week that he looked a little bit malformed in the light.
Yeah, there was like a brief flash in the light where you saw like
Yeah.
a malformed kind of poisoned bug.
Yeah.
I know a guy who might be able to help.
Okay, who's your guy?
Okay.
Well, he's in the basement of the Vatican. I don't know if I can get everybody in there to go see him, but
Can you get?
Oh, I-
Well, it sounds like he's someone you need to get out of the basement.
I like him already.
yeah, that's possible too.
And I'm just gonna like take a deep drink of coffee. Right.
Also, I don't want, so here's other problems. So if Scaravetti is actually a bug inside somewhere, he has connections with the police officer who now, wait, I know this, right? Who has the mask, correct? Because you guys told me that last night, right?
Detective Esty.
wait. Okay, so you filled her in last night about
Yeah, she came in a few hours before you did, and we filled her in as much as we could before she decided
So
that
she-
she would sleep for the night.
all right. Yeah, well, so we knew we have to go and I don't know,
Is it-
get that from the back.
Well,
Yeah,
not
because
necessarily.
I am seeing problems with bug Scaravetti in a mask.
Depends on what kind of mask it is, I guess.
We wouldn't give Bug Scaravetti a mask.
No, but he's paid off the cop who currently has the mask, which means he's just moments away from getting that mask back.
Yeah, and I mean,
Maybe
I don't know.
that mask comes with some firepower, as we've come to understand.
What do you mean?
What?
Remember what the mummy and the terracotta warrior did after he got the mask?
I was about to say, if you just said, remember what the mummy and the terracotta warrior said to me before they left, I would have just walked away.
No, they robbed a bank.
Yeah, they're under control now.
Well, we didn't. I
The
don't know.
mask controls them.
Do you think that Detective Esty is the one who is controlling them to go rob banks? Why? Oh,
'Cause-
never mind.
Well, yeah,
Cares?
I thought about that for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Ending.
honestly, do we think, did anyone die in the bank robbery?
I'll go and retrieve the newspapers because I would have saved them to look through.
Yeah, there were a couple like some of the guards that got a little too close.
Yeah, a couple of deaths.
Maybe we should kill him.
I mean, I'm certainly in favor.
No, it just, it doesn't really matter. We need the capstone. We need the capstone to be able to do.
Sure, but we have to set up a meeting with Scaravetti, and we don't know how long it's going to take for him to set that up. So we're probably going to have time to check in on our friend and see how
It takes no time. I have his phone number. When do you want to meet him? But I have a question before that.
What?
Where is the capstone?
Scaravetti.
He claimed yesterday that he did not.
Bug Scaravetti took it.
Yeah, we know Bug Scaravetti has it.
Yes, and I mean, Emma, this isn't the first time that we have seen animalistic creatures inside of a human.
That's what I'm saying. I know a guy. We need to get him out of this basement.
But do you know that that Scaravetti is the same Scaravetti?
It might be a relative or other, uncle, brother, whatever.
Because I would feel bad if we murdered him and then found out that he wasn't.
Okay.
That's a line I'd like to not cross.
So if you have a guy who might be able to help us with this, we could take him to that restaurant.
Why don't we set up, we have the ability to set up a meeting with Scaravetti. Let's set up a meeting with Scaravetti.
Neutral territory.
So not that restaurant.
Correct.
The basement of the Vatican.
That's not neutral territory.
Well, a little safer at least.
I mean, it's safer, but how do you reckon you're going to get him down there?
Are you Northern or Irish?
That's where I picked him up. I mean, not in the basement, but like that's where I met him yesterday.
Do we know for sure that they are the same Scaravetti?
No.
I don't.
But here's the thing. It is too much coincidence to be coincidental. There is no way that within the day, someone of that name wanted to get the mask back, got someone like Emma, who was known for being good at this shit, to get the mask back as within the 24 hours or so that we've been dealing with the capstone. That is too much coincidence.
She's right.
We have dealt with too many things for me to believe in coincidence anymore.
So just go to this guy's house and waterboard him? What?
Cool.
I'm a little shocked by that answer, but
Hollister, you know what I do for a living.
Listen, Emma has a good point. He's connected to the mafia, all right? If we're going to torture this fellow, it's going to come back, and he's going to come back to us.
So the question is, do we get the mask back from Vesti and then deal with Scaravetti? Or do we just go straight to Scaravetti?
We go straight to Scaravetti. We don't need the mask to deal with him. Not if he's in the state I suspect he's in.
What do you mean?
I mean, I blasted him with a bunch of poison,
and
like his backside was melting.
And I saw a flash in the light for just a second of a bug that had been, well, malformed at the very least.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in all fairness, that was enough to melt a person. So
true. So then, do we make an appointment with Scaravetti using Emma's connection to him?
I'd rather get the mask first.
Why?
Because we can trade it for the capstone.
Why would we do that?
I don't want that mask in either of their hands.
That, as far as I know, that bug eats souls. So why would we give him
does.
something that helps him? I thought you were in the business of saving souls.
Whoa!
Some people's souls, and I just kind of look around the room, beyond help.
I make no claim about my soul. That's between me and God.
I think as the ring of "I thought you were in the business of saving souls" echoes through the room, we are going to go to break.
Cool.
So we will be back just as soon as 6 people can use 6 different bathrooms.
Okay.
Welcome back. We have returned, and you guys are. It is the morning of May 21st now, and you are. Put that up top. I'll go back to the next page. You are sitting in your hotel room, and you have made a plan to, I think, contact Scaravetti. Is that your move?
Mm-hmm.
But how are we deciding on doing that?
Yeah, which Scaravetti?
Well, the Mr. Scaravetti that I met, Antonio, I was hoping to get Father Don Julio to come with me, accompany me, and perhaps we should go to his house. Perhaps we should meet at neutral territory, like let's say an abandoned church somewhere. And
Are you?
Do they have those in Rome?
I don't think they're
Not
abandoned
really.
in Rome.
Abandoned.
not really.
Are you
Maybe one's being stored or something. It's close to the public.
necessary?
I can't hear either of you. What?
Perhaps one's being restored. They're always doing construction on those old churches.
Correct. Also, potentially the catacombs is another location that we could meet 5 miles out of town.
I say we just rent out a church for the day.
Are you suggesting to Father Don Julio that an exorcism is necessary?
Correct.
Oh, I'm sure he's thrilled.
Are you?
Yes, exactly.
It's for Mr. Scaravetti.
What's the first part of that?
Telling him it's for Mr. Scaravetti.
Yes, I am telling him it is for Mr. Scaravetti, and that he was speaking in tongues to me last night. And he said, and then Alexandria can like
Wow.
attest that I didn't hear it, but my compatriots also heard that. And then, from what I understand, Doctor, you have some bug spray just as backup.
I just rolled 100 for Father Don Julio, so there is fire in his eyes.
Yes.
So does Father Don Julio also give me a location, and like, does he have the whole layout set up?
I will tell you where they should meet us. It will be prepared. He gives you an address.
Okay, cool.
You bring them there. We will purge the unholy.
Do we want to set up a follow-up meeting with Scaravetti under the assumption that we're about to do something to the wrong Scaravetti, just to cover our bases?
I don't even know what that means.
I think other people
Have something on the appointment books after we're supposed to meet him with Father Don Julio or whatever, just to make it look like we weren't the ones who accidentally killed him.
Oh, no, I was, in case we're going to talk to the wrong Scaravetti, set up a meeting with the Mafia Scaravetti.
Can we have them both come to the same location?
Ooh.
Can we get one person or two?
Yeah, well, you know what? Let's send out an invite. See who bites.
This is turning into the Parent Trap.
I don't even know what's happening here.
Don't
There is
either.
only one.
It's like a Cthulhu meet cute.
We don't know for sure that there's only one.
There might be two.
There might be two.
I am
So
I am convinced that there is only one, but I'm not sure how to handle this.
I mean,
Second invite. That's all.
where though? I
Yeah.
only know the gentleman who.
He gave you the address, and that we should have a way to contact our Scaravetti. I'm assuming that was given to us if he wants those souls.
You basically have the restaurant.
Okay, yeah, we'll stop by the restaurant and we'll leave a message.
All right, and the
Okay.
message you so all right, is everybody going to the restaurant?
I'm going to the restaurant,
I am not letting him go without backup.
and I'm bringing the masks and the bug spray.
Why don't you
Yeah.
just call
Oh.
and just say, like, I'm calling my Scaravetti and saying, I have your mask.
So you're
Meet
actually
at this.
a telegram. You are not calling.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
And then why can't we just do the other at the restaurant and say, I have your souls, and then meet at this said location?
we've got payment. We've got his payment.
his
for the-
payment, yes.
Okay, whatever.
Sure.
So you're sending a telegram to Antonio Scaravetti at his house saying, we have your payment, meet us at this location.
No, because that's the wrong.
I thought that was the restaurant one. For mine, it was we have information on your mask.
Okay, so you're telling him you have information on us.
Yep.
You're sending a thing to the restaurant saying, come meet us at this place. We have your payment.
Do we want to tell him that we have his payment? I mean,
I'll say that.
from the impression that we're under, he needs to talk to us. We can just say, we're under the impression you need our help. If you want to talk to us, we're going to be here. Otherwise, you're on your own.
No. Okay, wait, we're getting confused. There's the two Scaravettis, right? We have the guy who needs help, and that's Emma Scaravetti. And then we have the guy who has the capstone, which is the other Scaravetti. Now, they could be the same, but we're going to treat them like they're different for right now, right?
Yeah, but one of them's been blasted with bug spray.
Yes.
So I think both of them need our help.
Just tell the bug we've got his payment. That's what he really wants.
And maybe something about the payment will help restore him. I've heard of stranger things dealing with power from humans.
Either that or just tell him to bring our merchandise.
Yeah. Hey, how about that? Come here and bring the capstone. He can assume that there's payment there if that's the thing. I'd rather not, if he turns out to be fine or something, have lied about having a payment.
All right.
So are you telling them to show up at the same time? Is this,
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Make it interesting.
I'm guessing like this afternoon?
Yeah, after lunch.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys have a lovely lunch. And then you go, and Father Don Julio has sent you, it's a warehouse, but inside it looks like a Gothic cathedral. And there are candles everywhere. When you come in the door, he like flings holy water at you. He's quite mad, this man.
Wonderful.
There is,
Especially since I named him after my favorite tequila.
I knew that's where that was coming from. He's full of the spirits.
Yes.
No wonder you get along with him.
well, no, actually, you then see why she gets along with him, because in the middle of this warehouse is a roaring bonfire.
Ooh. Do we all get sprayed down with holy water when we walk in?
Yes.
Ugh.
Do any of us say ouch?
No.
I thought about it. I thought about it in my head really loud.
haven't had that since I was a child.
Mm.
Cool. So tell me, are any of these the souls that I must minister to?
No, Mr. Don Julio. Father. It's very confusing and potentially very dangerous. The gentleman supposedly who is possessed is Antonio Scaravetti, sorry. The problem is, and there are many problems here, is that the Antonio Scaravetti that I have met, my friends have also met, but in a different form.
A demonic form?
Well, technically a bug, but I'm assuming Satan controls roaches. So
Really
that's how they
evil
work.
bug. Yeah.
Someone's head off.
Twisted bug.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Scaravetti is possessed.
By a bug demon.
Yes. I must consult. And he goes back, and he's brought like a satchel of books, and he starts leafing. And these are not the Bible, clearly. And he's
Would he mind if I took a look at some of his books? I'll tell him that I'm an archaeologist and I'm very interested in the old ways.
Are you a Catholic?
I hang out with Emma.
He has to
I
very
grab a
nice
book
question.
and is there something in Latin that I can start looking through to help him?
Oh, you do not want to read those books. They come with a cost.
Oh, those books. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So does Emma start reading those books?
Nope, I don't put on masks. I don't read books.
There's the title of the next episode.
Yes, there we go.
The masks that I brought, you might want to put on if it comes to it.
Oh, you have some of those masks.
Some of those masks, but I only have two.
Yeah.
And one of them's going on me.
I could use one of those. So.
I've only got two.
Look, if it's going to require up close, you're going to want me in one of those.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a knock on the door.
Mm-hmm.
So who wants Emma? Maybe
Emma.
Oh,
God.
and Don Julio runs over to the door. He picks up a holy water sprinkler by it, flings the door open, just throws holy water, and you see the human Antonio Scaravetti like go, ha! Excuse me, I was told that Sister Navarro. Yes, come in. Tell me, how do you feel? I feel okay. The guy with the gun is here again. His weapons have no place here. This is not an earthly combat. This is a combat for your soul.
How does he react to that?
I'm watching that too.
I am very uncomfortable. He's very uncomfortable.
Okay.
But not like, oh my God, you're going to kick a demon out of me. More like, this guy's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And so Father Don Julio like puts his arm around him and starts to bring him in into the room with a roaring fire and one chair with straps on it. He
Can
says,
they help their father?
You'll just have a seat. Sister Navarro, why? I thought you said you had information about my mask.
We do have information about your mask, but this is for your own good.
What?
Father Don Julio here is here to save your soul.
Saving my soul is why I give the church thousands of lira.
And he lives in the basement. It's exactly why he's here.
Well, you have always been good to me, Sister Navarro. I understand. He sits down and alarmingly quickly, Father Don Julio straps him into the chair. He's like, I'm very uncomfortable. What?
I grab him and I'm like, pray with me. Pray with me, Antonio.
All right, he will.
And and we just start doing Our Fathers, which I don't know in Latin.
Yeah, you do. You're doing Hail Marys, and
literally.
While you're doing that, Don Julio has he takes a tiny a silver scalpel, and he's reaching for the guy's neck with this scalpel.
Mm-hmm.
Are you waiting for someone to stop him?
If anyone has any reaction to,
I'm watching the door to see if a bug Scaravetti comes in.
Yeah, I was going to say I was going to be ready with the holy water.
Well, I've got the spray in case this one changes.
Yeah, I'm watching the big guy too.
who has the other mask?
Alexandria has the other mask.
All right, so there are the two masks.
Because if it comes to close quarters, they want me on it.
Yeah,
I've got my little scarf.
That should be fine against arsenic and sulfur.
It's totally fine. It's the 20s.
No, we kept the
Everything's
sulfur out. There's something else horribly poisonous in there, but I don't remember what.
Arsenic and
So, he proceeds to right behind the ear. He nicks Scaravetti, and then he puts the blood on his pinky, and he draws a cross on Scaravetti's forehead.
Mm-hmm.
creepy.
Well, good news. You've passed the first test, but demons are sneaky. He should be doing all of this in Italian, but it's more fun if he does it.
Yeah.
I'd have to be translating for everyone in the room if we did it in Italian.
And so now he stands in front of, now he moves to Italian, and Alexandra and Emma, you can basically understand, he is now just screaming, and Scaravetti is now he's scared, and Don Julio is screaming in his face about removing demons. And then Don Julio starts chanting in Latin in front of him and starts and this the chant. Anybody who speaks Latin can make a Latin roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dice.
I could probably make an Italian
Nah.
roll, but I don't.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't care enough.
It's a little
I got
more than
like
me.
I got a 1.
Oh.
Oh,
So this is clearly some sort of ritual that doesn't sound fully Catholic.
Okay, so it's not prayers and stuff.
No.
Okay.
So Don Julio is like chanting before him, and then he but the part that is Catholic is he's talking about Monophysitism,
Mm-hmm.
which is, Emma would know this, is a like 6th century AD religious schism about the nature of Jesus. And the question was whether Jesus was a man or was simultaneously a man and a god.
Yeah.
And so he is like screaming something about monophysitism, and like he kind of takes his hand almost in like a straight knife edge kind of thing and just puts it right in the guy's where the blood cross is.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks to you like Don Julio feels like the hand should be going through his head, because he's like meeting resistance, as one would expect, and becoming frustrated by it.
Interesting. All right, so I'm going to just pray harder at this point in time and also be very confused.
Scaravetti is crying at this point. Let's make a sand roll for Scaravetti. Oh man, he's crying, but he's holding it together.
Oh.
But he's like, why are you doing this? I don't understand. I'm a good Catholic. So if nobody's going to stop him, you should all make sanity rolls as this keeps going.
Oh.
No.
all right.
Because it becomes clear you're surprisingly okay with this.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
fine.
I'm like I'm
Donald,
waiting for the bug to
I
pop.
thought I would be.
you actually get a bonus die to this because you wanted to shoot the guy, Donald. So you get a bonus.
Oh, here we go. I got it.
Not
Yeah,
9.
I'm good.
You're all surprisingly fine with this poor man being tortured.
Hey, this is what he pays the church for.
It is. You're now going on hour 3 of
Okay.
Don Julio.
No one else has showed up.
No.
All right, we've got to stop this. This is not going
Don
anywhere.
Julio like screaming at this poor man.
He must be out of his voice by now.
Yeah.
No, no, Father Don Julio is in his element. This is.
All right. Emma, what can we do? I mean, there's nothing's happening. There's no.
Officer, we delivered the telegram, right? They should have been here.
Okay, so let's so I'm going to take Father Don Julio and take him back for a second and be like, this isn't working. He hasn't changed into the bug yet.
Oh, ye of little faith! It's not working because we haven't taken enough time. Exorcisms don't happen overnight. Most exorcisms, and now he snaps out of like insane guy and he sort of comes back like lecturer. Most exorcisms take at least 12 hours. Oh no, I'll crack him. I promise. And he goes and he like unrolls like it looks like basically torture implements.
Okay, no. I'm going to roll these back up and just be like, I thought it was to be done with prayer.
Oh, you're one of those Catholics. That's why I'm in the basement. Because no one else is willing to do what it takes to save the world.
Yeah, Alistair, this is your kind of fellow.
Oh, that's uncomfortable. We're all that fellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I, and I alone, understand what must be done.
Is that what we look like to the rest of the world? Shit.
With slightly worse judgment. But
Oh, thanks.
Father, we should go.
If you don't have the stomach, you can all leave. This man will face his demons, and I will drive them from him.
I'm gonna look at Emma and just like raise my eyebrows like, you want me to step in?
Yeah, I was like, and I'm kind of pointing as I've like got Father Don Julio this way, and I'll be like, get the guy out of here.
Should we have a little, no powwow? Okay.
Well,
let's meet up.
We have not yet confirmed that this is not Scaravetti, that the other Scaravetti isn't here. Maybe this is the same one.
The dual nature. That's what I'm bringing out of him. The rituals that I am performing go all the way back when there was a schism in the church over whether Jesus was indeed human or was divine and human simultaneously. I am removing the dual nature from this man, but it takes time, and it will take blood.
I mean, that is how these things work. But, huh? No, I know enough. I pay attention to, what Professor Albright has showed us. And there are some notes of yours as well. And then there's the ritual for the capstone. That takes time and blood. The real question is if his rituals are authentic and if we have the right Scaravetti.
If my rituals are authentic,
I'm going to step out of the way of that one. I'm like, nope.
I just want to know if we have the right Scaravetti. And I don't know yet.
Why would you bring me someone who did not need an exorcism? He is with me, thus he needs an exorcism.
Ooh, that's
if a supplicant comes before me, it is because they require purging.
Okay, then I run over and untie Antonio.
What do you do?
We gotta go.
So yeah, he is like freaking, like if you start to untie him, he's like, who the hell are you people? Why would you do this? What sort of monsters?
Then I'm just like, can we just grab him and run out like the back door or whatever? Or run towards the back?
I don't know. Don't touch me. Let me go. I never want to see you again.
Well, you won't get your stuff back, that's for sure.
You stole my stuff.
Don't know anything about your stuff, fella. Peace be with you.
He will flee, and as he does, Don Julio says, I can always find a demon. Wait a minute. Who stops an exorcism but someone that needs to be exorcised? And he holds his arms up, and the fire goes zhoosh, like bursts up, and the doors to the warehouse all slam shut.
That traps Scaravetti inside with us, or is he gone?
I'm gonna make a luck roll for Scaravetti. Scaravetti was just at the door as it slams, and he's like, "No, no!"
I think his rituals are authentic.
I think
Right.
He's certainly a practitioner of some variety.
Yes.
Best exorcisms are fire. And he like holds his arms up again, and the bonfire shoots up even higher.
Okay.
Let
I
us
was going to ask where all the smoke
by
goes.
the cleansing fire of our Father. Come, Sister Navarro, pray with me.
Let's pray for him.
Nice fella you found there at the Vatican, Emma.
Are all of you there like this?
Look who's talking. I agree with the man. His Methods are reasonable. What was the other thing that you said? Do we sound like this? Yes, you sound like this. We sound like this all the time. And you think that's crazy. Okay. I'm just essentially.
I didn't say that. I was asking if this is the norm for the Vatican. That's you're reading into this way.
No, they laugh at me there, but I can tell you've seen things.
This is true. This is very true.
Should we
have been tainted?
Should we?
No.
Should we your body back in?
Everyone with Cthulhu mythos needs to make a POW roll when he says you have been tainted.
Oh shit!
Hang on.
Huh? What's everyone reacting to?
This long was the Cthulhu mythos.
Okay, so hang on a second. I'm giving Alexandria a reroll. Holy shit, 89 is not bad, right?
It depends on what your POW is.
My POW is 50 something. So can I get a reroll as well?
Yeah, I say yes.
Rerolls.
Who else needs one?
I do not. I'm good.
We three are the only ones with Cthulhu mythos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank God.
Ugh, I fail it, but not by much.
No.
Oh no.
Awesome. All right. So when he says you're all tainted, Joan and Alexandra, you shudder imperceptibly. Emma, you float up about a foot off the ground, and like you are in crucifix position.
But the question that I want to have answered: does Scaravetti shudder or float up?
There's a good question.
Scaravetti is still banging on the door.
Do we see any other reaction from him?
No reaction.
Interesting.
When Emma floats up, Don Julio says, "Isn't that always the way? Those who seek to be the most pious are in fact the most infected."
Alex.
Look in a
And
mirror.
then I'm trying to argue with him, being like, I didn't say most pious. I mean, hold on.
Is she still floating?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to go over to the guy and say, you know, it's like I think it's really cool that you're able to do these kind of things and that you're able to do this, but how do you know?
Are a Catholic. You have no place in this discussion. Tell me, Sister Navarro, confess your sin.
Whew, that's a list.
Seriously? Where do I start? I mean, let's just start with the top 10 commandments. What's number 1 again? Hold on, let me look them up.
I don't remember.
Me neither.
It's been a long time since I memorized that chapter.
So yeah, you start to almost robotically just list off sins.
Well,
Kind of.
to start off with, I'm just in a general haze of debauchery, and what emerges from that.
So, I mean, here, hang on. Let me do. So, number 1, thou shalt have no gods before me. I mean, technically, he's not a god, but he is the Black Pharaoh, and he claims he's a god, which I know he's not a god, but in his head, he's a god. So, I mean, I don't know. Is he like God with little g?
You prostrated yourself before that false idol.
No, we just had a conversation. I do number 3 occasionally take the Lord's name in vain. I've been really good while I've been in Rome. Like I haven't said those words, but sometimes it slips out. Oops, I'm sorry. I do work on Sundays. Sometimes you just can't help it. Things happen. I always honor my mother and my father because otherwise they'd smack the living shit out of me. So there's that. I haven't killed anyone, any human.
No, she tends to go after the twisted ones of the darkness. Those aren't people.
Yeah. I only kill demons, not humans. I haven't even had sex. I don't know how I commit adultery. All right, we're moving on. Thou shalt not steal. Okay, you got me on that one. I don't even know what bear false witness is.
Lie.
That's a lie.
Oh, I do that all the time. apparently, ignorance of the commandments is not justified.
Someone has to explain that one to Emma.
That's awesome.
What does commandment even mean, really?
I mean, bear false witness. Nobody knows what that means.
Like around the church, everyone
Yeah.
just says it's lying.
It's lying. Yeah. She thought it had to do with a bear, you know. It was,
Yeah, I was like, I don't walk around town like a bear.
Bear?
And then I don't even know, like, what am I supposed to covet? I don't even get that.
Something you don't have that you won't.
Nah, not really. I mean, I'm just kind of along for the ride.
So if you're stealing, you're probably coveting a little bit.
But I don't want it for me. I want it for, and then I turn to Don Julio and say, to save the world.
He's being quiet as your compatriots are explaining the 10 Commandments. He's just glowering.
I mean, really, we're questionable on like 1 and 2. Definitely hit number 3 and number 4 and number 8 and number 9.
You say you have never murdered any innocent people.
Or people. They were all non-human demon entities.
Explain this. And he like makes a motion, and in the bonfire, cut to a very familiar warehouse in England, and Emma with a crowbar.
Oh, this is interesting.
You killed a lot of people.
I think there's a difference between murder and accident.
Are you a Catholic?
Yes.
Yeah, but wait, who did I kill with a crowbar?
An entire universe, maybe?
Oh yeah, oops, sorry. Are you the Black Pharaoh, Don Julio? Confess.
How do you know about that?
I
Exactly.
am a professor. This is an exorcism. The minute you stepped in my office, I knew that you were the cause of evil, and I knew that you needed to be purged.
No, Don Julio, I think it's the other way around. How did you know about the crowbar? 500 bits also to Ezra for me forgetting about the end of the world.
Really? How do you forget it? I mean, I know it was like 41 episodes ago, but
Well, I was hung up on the whole, okay, whatever. Yeah, you're right. I guess technically I did murder the world, but only one world.
It's understandable. At a certain point, you just get numb to it. The only way to
Also, too, like, I don't entirely believe that was entirely my fault. Okay.
like legitimately, it was an accident.
Oh my God.
Murder suggests intent.
It's just like vehicular manslaughter, just on a really big scale.
So is Scaravetti, is he doing anything? Is he just standing there?
Scaravetti is like fetal on the door, just like blubbering.
Okay. Yes. All right. I just want to make sure he wasn't running around like crazy or something. So,
No.
Cool.
He is
cool.
He, like, now that you've like when the fire starts showing him pictures of the end of the world, and like, you know, he is gone. Like,
okay,
he's blubbering on the ground.
And J Matthews 85 also gave Ezra 1,000 bits for bringing the Inquisition.
Oh, nice.
I knew as soon as you came into my office, I sensed it. I could smell the corruption on you.
I don't believe you, Don Julio. I believe that you are in league with the Black Pharaoh.
You don't believe me. If you doubted my skills, why did you bring me here? Why did you think I could perform an exorcism on that innocent?
Okay, got me there.
Never argue with an inquisitor.
But how did you know? Wait a minute. Oh, I get 500 to show how to really use fire. If I could get out of this position, I would.
I wish there was something I could do.
Oh, there is something we could do.
From a signal.
Christ has given me, our Lord has given me visions of your evil, of the horrible things you have done.
That's not evil. Am I free yet? Am I still spinning around?
You're just now floating in the air.
I'm gonna like casually move so that I'm staying behind Don Julio and whenever he's moving.
He is fixated on Emma.
Okay.
I'm gonna yell to Dr. Hollister, I think we found our bug.
Where?
God, you are the dumbest man alive.
And I'm gonna look up at Emma for the go ahead as I draw a dagger from the small of my back.
Alex, wait. Doctor, that stuff is flammable, isn't it? That fluid?
No, we deliberately kept the sulfur out.
Oh no, arsenic is highly flammable as well.
Is
It's
it?
this is all. Oh yeah, this is a powder keg in my hands.
Get it?
I mean, yeah, I was thinking about doing that, but I was gonna wait and be a little more discreet.
I'm waiting
Just
to.
wait until the bug man shows up.
So I just want to be clear. You're just going to kill this guy. Because you're behind him, you're an assassin. Sure.
I'm waiting for the go ahead from Emma because
I'm waiting to basically.
Someone else to absolve you of the guilt of what you're going to do.
I have no problem with the guilt of what I'm about to do. I've done this many times. I want to make sure that I'm making the right decision and that she backs me on this.
I just want to see if Emma can get out of it first, and if she can't,
Yeah,
I mean, this one's kind of tough.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I'm gonna can I free myself enough to grab my rosary around my neck and just start praying super hard? Just doing like the full Our Fathers through Hail Marys.
Make me a POW roll.
I better make
Do it.
Come on, birds of paradise.
The opposite. You are a good Catholic.
ooh, you can always try to push it.
Let's.
There's just
I'm
local
not
consequences.
really in a warehouse with a crazy man and a bonfire.
Yeah.
we got that.
Why don't we give you a reroll? We have plenty.
Yeah,
of
we have plenty. I second that.
Oh, do I even use these dice anymore? Ugh.
Do another one. Do something else. Yeah.
But it's the exact same number.
Oh, you rolled a
Nick.
God damn it.
But hold on.
I'm guessing it wasn't good enough.
Push
No,
it.
it's still a
Push.
61, and I need to come down like 6 points.
You could spend luck, or you could push it. You have options.
You're due.
You know what?
Push it.
Dude.
Oh, I'm gonna spend luck.
All right. So
Ooh.
you start praying, and as you are praying, your feet touch the ground, and when your feet touch the ground, Father Don Julio like comes forward and he says, yes, you must purge the demons from you, purge them.
So I just continue to pray, just
All right.
flat out. That's all I'm doing.
He
Okay.
leans forward and he takes you in an embrace and he whispers in your ear, I need your blood for the ritual. Will you give it willingly, sister?
He could exercise your demons for you. Bet you could afterwards.
The only spirits in Emma are the ones that she doesn't want to exercise. They all go to her liver.
Yep. So I'm gonna fighting brawl and put him in one of these. I'm gonna grab his arm like as he's here and just yank it behind him.
This is the last thing he's expecting, so you have a bonus die on this.
Oh, thank God.
Yes.
Oh, I see some doubles, I see some zeros, and I see a 1.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, he like leans in and you just immediately like take his arm and bend it around his back. And when you like twist it to where it hurts, he like almost goes like,
God.
I gotta mark this off. I can't mark off drunken sword fighting. Where's fighting brawl again?
For fighting.
So you now have you have control of him, and he is not fighting back. Yes, that's right. Prove your nature.
There's a chair with straps in it.
You need some help?
Yeah, I was about to say let's do that, and then I'm gonna call my boss and be like, "We got something for you."
Think this will make me stop? Do you think I will not hunt you. Do you think I cannot find you? I know what you are. I know what you've done, and now I know what they've done. And all of a sudden, in the fire, like terrible things that you've all done start popping up as images in the fire.
Emma?
I know that you, and he points at Joan, are a thief. I know that you, and he points at Alexandra, are a murderer. He points at Donald. I know that you are also a murderer. And he looks at Hollister and he says, and you perhaps worst of all, you think that everything you're doing is in the name of science.
Wait, what was that again?
You are a demon.
Oh, thanks. Oh, that's right. Thanks.
Fire. You kill entire worlds. You are Satan's spawn. You have been tainted by false icons.
We're just walking away now. At this point, I just grab Scaravetti and I'm like, we got to go, bro.
Can we strap him in first?
Yeah, I'm assuming you guys put him in.
Yeah, we'll strap him in.
He's raving. He says, you don't think I won't hunt you? I will destroy you. If you leave here, you leave the church.
Oh, buddy, you're not even in the top 10 of things that we're worried about.
Can we take any of his stuff before we go?
Like load up on the books?
Leave it. It's evidence.
I'm
it's
not the
evidence.
worst. I don't see how I'm the worst out of all of this. Like the scenes behind me are like reading books and pouring beakers and stuff, and it's like it's like
it's the Catholic Church. They've always been afraid of science.
So having someone in hers.
So Emma, you don't think anything? We don't think we could use any of this.
No, let's leave everything here.
All right.
Forbidden knowledge. It's what you want. You want to get closer to the demons.
No, I just want to know how to deal with them. That's all.
No, medicine is. I want to help people.
That's all right.
Okay, so I'm profusely thanking Mr. Scaravetti for helping us with this.
Thanking him?
Just completely covering up the fact that it was like,
You've been so helpful.
Slaps you. Thank me? You did this to me. You brought me to this madman. Why?
I'm so sorry. I thank you so much. We had to catch him. He was crazy.
Would you like to use some sort of persuasion skill to keep?
Sure. I don't know which one I have.
Can I jump in on this and try and smooth things over as well?
Persuade.
Huh?
This is going to take a persuade roll.
Okay.
And it's going to need to be Emma.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
There's no way I can assist?
I don't think anyone, like, there should be like 3 penalty dies on this roll already. So that's your assistance.
Not even close.
All right. Well, so he didn't make his roll. So he's just like, I never want to see any of you again. And he like, as soon as you strap Scaravetti and the doors slammed open, and he just like walks out into the night.
Yeah, that was fun.
And you can still hear Don Julio raving, the church will know of your apostasy.
So I want to find the closest phone or whatever, and then just basically call and be like, he is a Satanist. He has lost his mind. He is like tied up raving. He was making fire shoot all over the place, just like describing some of the crazy things that this man was doing.
How did he get tied up?
We overpowered him.
You attacked a priest.
Go in there, look at his books of Satan, ask him to like show you the future in the flames. I mean, he's doing some crazy magical nonsense.
Sister Navarro, in the nicest possible way, you just spent 6 days telling us all of the, and I will quote you here, crazy wild shit you have been doing to save the world. And Father Don Julio is a bishop, and you have tied him up in a warehouse please give me the address so that I may come and reclaim our fallen brother.
Emma, maybe you should hang up.
Okay.
But you hang up on the Vatican.
No, actually, I give him the address, and I'm like, all right.
All right. Okay. But I'm guessing you're not going to be around here when they come.
Mm-mm.
All right. Okay. So you guys will slink off into the night.
Go to an Italian restaurant.
All right. So yeah, you go to an Italian restaurant, and in there, there is you hear like people discussing something. You can make Italian rolls. Anybody with Italian?
And we're going to that particular restaurant, right?
Oh, yeah, I actually made it.
Going to the Mila.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
5. I made it.
So
Another one.
might not be rolling dice. You're going to the Mila Divina.
That's what I was suggesting.
Yeah.
Sorry if I was being too
Dinner.
discreet, but I want to
Go
find
to that restaurant.
Scaravetti.
All right.
Right.
So you don't need to roll Italian because things will be very apparent to you.
You
So
made me miss that roll. I lost that off 5.
Oh,
Let's see
Ooh.
here. Everybody make me luck rolls, and I'm gonna need how many successes? Ooh, I'm gonna need 5 successes.
Oh gee.
Ooh, I got a 5.
Okay, is that a critical or what's your?
I
got
think
Okay,
it would be
that's
because
fine.
my luck is now.
Yeah, 52.
That's 3.
Yeah, it's a 5th. So yeah.
That's plenty of successes. So, since you got the successes, I'm gonna offer you a choice. Do you want to arrive after bad things happen or as bad things happen?
I like after.
I say
Me too.
as, but
after?
After.
Yeah, after. If I
Oh,
have
you
a
guys.
choice,
After.
describe the carnage.
Oh, I hate it. I hate
No,
it.
I wanna do
want
as
to
bad
talk
things.
Bad things.
Yeah, I want to
Who
get.
want it as?
I want to go there when the bad things are happening, so we can fix it, right?
You have agency.
Well, I'd have to hear a good argument. Do any of the other people who wanted after have any stay
I'm already
after?
in enough trouble. I'm in enough trouble already that this is one more town I cannot come back to.
Yeah, I don't want to be responsible. for
You
what
already
happens
can't
at
come
the-
back to Rome, so you should take that off the table. Sorry, what were you saying?
I don't want to be responsible for whatever happens at the restaurant. I don't want it to be us that does it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna stick with after.
All right. I
Sorry.
wanted to be us that undoes it, but okay.
All right.
All right.
I'll go with after.
You have your opinions of us are way too high.
We've survived it all so far.
We
3 votes for after. So you arrive.
I've already been covered in blood once in Rome.
Same here, in fact.
So you pull up from a couple blocks away. You can see like smoke, and when you pull up to the restaurant, your cab driver is like, "Is this really it?" Because you see, the restaurant has been leveled.
Huh.
It's
I
rubble.
wonder what could do this.
Let's stop before. There could be those large friends that we misplaced in Rome are active.
Oh.
Yes, I was going to say.
That could be it.
All right.
We're going to leave the conversation at that. How do we get in touch with our mutual friend now?
Vesti or Scaravetti?
So are you going into the? Are you going to check the wreckage at all or anything?
I
let's
think
see
we
if
should.
Absolutely.
Let's see if we find a dead bug in there or a capstone.
That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for
Couple
if
of
you kept
us.
the capstone there.
Sneak
So
there.
feel like it's apparently, it hasn't happened too long ago. There are definitely police on their way. You hear whistles, and there are people like trying to like help and like clear wreckage and stuff.
Yes.
We're trying to
Yes.
help them clear wreckage towards the area where we would think towards like a back room
Yeah,
area.
you know where
Yes.
the thing was.
Yes. Yes.
And sure enough, you find the crushed form of a disfigured bug man. And he is like he is buried in rubble. And as you come close, he's just like, I just wanted souls. Oh.
Where's the capstone?
Oh, help me and I'll give it to you.
How do you propose we?
Oh, we do want that capstone.
I want to get the rocks off of him.
Hold on, Joan. Hold on.
What?
Tell us what a capstone is first, fella. We're kind of you're at our mercy.
I'm dying.
Well, speak quickly.
What kind of help do you want?
Take me away from here.
All right, Donald, help me.
Fine.
I'll pull some rocks up too.
All right. Let's do everyone that's helping make me strength rolls.
Failed that.
Ooh, those are heavy rocks.
Yeah.
Oh
Ooh, Joan has a crowbar.
There you go.
Stone has a crowbar. That's a bonus die. The crowbar.
All right.
Bonus
All right.
Sure.
Cool. I was going to ask about that. Thank
unfortunately,
you.
I make it, but it's gross.
Why is it gross?
It's a bug.
Oh, it's
Where's
true.
the bug stuff?
You've not
Yeah.
seen Scaravetti, so I need a sanity roll from you, Emma.
Okay.
Even with a bonus die.
Who has the higher strength?
I'm good.
All right, you lose 1 sanity from.
I'm 50.
So you pull him out, and none of you are bug doctors, but he seems pretty well crushed. It looks like
He looks fine.
statue. Why did this statue destroy my restaurant?
Yeah. No,
That's what statues do. They go on rampages. Can't be helped. So the capstone.
Take me to my house. It's there.
It's not here. It's at your house.
Yeah. All right. Let's give us those directions.
Let's go to his house.
Go to his house.
Fuck, man. Fine.
So he'll give you get back in your cab, and he'll give the cab driver the address. Your cab driver refuses to drive a bug anywhere.
Give him extra money.
Who are you talking to?
Hey, who's got some money?
I probably have a little extra money.
I'll leave.
I'm not paying him a lot.
Somebody make me a credit rating roll.
Also, he looks like a bug.
And I'm like, yep, this is.
He is a bug. Yeah, I make it.
All right, yeah, you flow this guy some cash, and he will take you. So he takes you to a very nice villa that is several miles outside of Rome, and Scaravetti he's like, oh, I can't walk, help me in.
So while we're in the car with him, I ask him how, because we just left Antonio Scaravetti. I don't understand how you're Scaravetti.
Scaravetti.
I just looked at Dr. Hollister like, I am going to slap you. I'm going to slap you senseless.
What?
We heard you in the hotel room asking what the hell we did to you.
I sent a psychic message.
You bastard.
Me bastard? What was that gas?
A cocktail of poison.
I don't want to die.
Bugman, you've killed a lot of people, so I'm not feeling really sympathetic towards you. But I'll tell you this: the people that harmed you, we could kill them for you, which I think is a justification for you helping us.
Yes, the capstone. And he'll take you, and sure enough, sitting on a shelf in his house is the capstone.
All right, I examine it.
It is just fine. It doesn't look like it's even been touched.
All right, guys.
Why did the statue hate me?
The police officer, the detective, what's his name?
Bestie.
Bestie. Yeah.
He's the one that wields the statue. He's taking out your mafioso types.
Everybody make a POW roll.
Holy crap, I didn't make it.
Ooh, 1.
I
I'm the most powerful.
I got double. Yeah.
All right.
Do we need some of these or no?
Possibly.
I would take one.
I'll take one too.
Sure.
Okay. How about 3?
Why not?
Oh,
I'm gonna switch
that
sides.
is very different. Yes, that is a critical success as
Yep.
well.
All right. So only Donald. All right, Donald.
Sorry.
7 magic points.
Oh.
You feel like sort of a just kind of a malaise comes over you.
Did Scaravetti just do something?
No, he did not. That you can see. He didn't like say anything or anything.
I'll see Donald like sink a little bit and reach over and put a hand on his shoulder. Are you all right?
I feel dizzy, a little tired there. One of those mind things? I don't know.
What?
Trying to remember.
Tired.
It feels a little bit like when Joan used the staves. I don't know if that ever happened to Donald.
Mm-hmm.
It happened to Alexandria, and if he describes it like that, I'm gonna be like, sorry, what?
Like a little bit of just, I don't know, like energy.
He's trying to avoid the G.I. Joe conversation going on in the chat.
I love chat. They are their own entity. So something
There's some power here.
Power from you.
There's something or someone, I guess.
Or some bug.
Scaravetti said that he could smell magic. What do
No,
you
that
have?
was Don Julio.
Scaravetti said that as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So he must have more magic things in here. I'm gonna start scouting
around
around.
here look like it's
You just start rooting through Scaravetti's house.
well after that gets described.
In his room there, where we are.
So how long are you going to spend rooting through his house?
Well, I'm looking for something that's like the staves or a stone. I'm going to spend most of the time in this room and then kind of go out from there. I would say it'd take a half an hour myself.
I was going to say
Everybody
10
make
minutes.
another power roll.
Sorry, what?
Everybody?
If it's a half hour, everybody make me another power roll.
Well, I was
In the
going to
meantime,
no, I was going to say to look for 10 minutes, and then if something doesn't, if I don't find something by then, I was going to spray Scaravetti down with the rest of the poison.
All right. So
I'm not in the room.
are we 30 minutes or 10 minutes? Because I also want to
10 minutes. I'm
interrogate him.
doing that.
all right. So
I'm not going to wait.
all right. So you just walk up to Scaravetti with the fire extinguisher.
After 10 minutes of looking and asking him what
Okay.
happened.
I'm out of the room by that point.
Because he told us that he ate souls.
Oh, that's true.
Nobody's asked him anything. He's
Oh,
like
I have.
he's lying on a bed like dying.
Yeah. No, I'm asking if he's doing that.
Doing
I'm
what?
suspecting. Huh?
Doing what?
Did you drain Donald?
Who's Donald?
There's something else in this house then. There's something else going on.
I'm
It
dying.
doesn't look any better.
I don't want to die.
That's a
Okay.
good question. Is he looking any better?
No.
Well, I'm going to spray him down all the same.
All right. So
But I'm out of this misery, doctor.
so yeah, you can easily just shoot him full of chemicals.
I'm not in that room. I'm outside looking at the other stuff.
You're killing me. And he dies.
Damn.
All right, let's search this place.
Okay, now, yeah.
All right. So who is in the room when he does that?
I was there.
All right. So as he dies, his carapace cracks open, and countless tiny little beetles just start pouring out
I'm out.
everywhere. And
Run.
everybody that's in the room, make me a sand roll.
I might have to make a sanity roll after
Yeah.
that.
I'm on a chair.
But he's covered in poison. Those beetles are also covered in poison, right?
It's true. All right, so everyone but Emma loses 1. Emma, you lose 3 sanity.
Okay.
And yes, each of the bugs, as they come out, there's like a weird little like green like poison field coming off of them as they come out, and they just start to die.
Yeah, let's out of here.
I definitely make a very undignified noise when I see that happen.
Do I hear them at all? I'm
Oh yeah, you hear Alexandra like I'm sure there's an undignified noise out of Alexandra.
There's a lot of screaming.
Okay,
I mean,
now we can jump to the half-hour mark.
I mean, her throat is still kind of fucked up, but she has opera training. You'll hear that sound.
okay. Ooh, I wonder if they found something.
Are you going to go up to the room, or are you?
No, I'm still looking. I'm still looking because now I have more to go faster.
So we're going to just shorthand this. He was sucking pow out of people. He didn't know it at this point because he was so out of it. But so there's no further
That sounds familiar.
something like that. And you don't find anything else. You find some guns.
All right.
I tell them about that.
You find some, you find some guns.
Of the Tommy variety?
You find everybody who was at the restaurant, make me an intelligence roll.
Before or this last time?
Before. Who is
Ooh, critical.
Okay.
Ought to.
all right? So at the restaurant, he had a lot of guys. There's nobody here.
Yeah.
Wonder where his crew is.
Statues cancel out guys.
Efficiently.
That math checks out.
I wonder if it was something personal with Vesti and this fellow, and if he turned the powers of the mask and the terracotta warrior specifically against him.
He's cleaning out the mafia. Oh no.
That probably consolidates power. We've seen this happen before, haven't we?
Several times. So then the question becomes, do we deal with Vesti?
The night is young.
So it is.
We get tickets to get to Cairo. Can we get a boat to Cairo?
Well, we do have back in our possession the thing we needed.
And we are not letting that thing out of our sight again.
And we haven't had dinner. Let's raid his fridge.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that how are we going to keep a...
Huh?
How are we going to kill a mummy and a terracotta warrior? I mean, does Vesti know that we have a capstone and it's worth having? Like, I think it's better to just get out of town.
Well, we can just put bullets in Vesti.
Can we?
Yeah.
Can
I don't
we?
want to
I mean-
Italy.
As far as he knows, we're good friends. And if he wants to dial things back, we might just show up and be like, "Hey, be more discreet because there's things out there that'll come for you. Don't make so much of a ruckus."
That's a good idea.
We could just leave on that note peaceably.
You could just write a letter. Just send a letter.
I think.
Here's what's going to happen. If I could do my own pretend Don Julio fire for a second and show you the future, shit's going to go wrong. We're going to end up killing a cop. Or being accused of killing a cop in Rome after the Vatican is already completely annoyed with me for the Don Julio stunt. This is all going to end badly. Don't ever think it's going to end well. Our sage advice is crap advice. Get on the boat.
well, you're leaving out that we're in pretty good standing with the American embassy here.
Yes.
And
So if we need to get out, we have a good way out. We haven't completely botched this. And we might be in good standing with Bessie.
well, that
Get on the boat.
If we do kill a police officer in Rome, that's really just the cherry on top.
and I mean, keep in mind, Emma, you have two people who have experience getting in and making sure things happen without being caught.
Getting on the boat. All
I'm not even looking at Hollister.
Guys.
Alexandra, I know what you're saying, but I think Emma's right here. This is let the Roman authorities deal with this fellow. Let's go back to Egypt.
He's part of the Roman authorities.
Oh, they can deal with their own.
No, they can't.
I don't want the police.
Well, then all I can
Don't
go.
want.
We killed a cop in New York, and we can never go back there.
Do you want me just to go talk to him?
Not by yourself, you're not.
God. Well, we've got the capstone back, so we don't need the mask to get the capstone. We don't need to do any trades. We don't need to do any of that stuff. He's only going after bad people with these.
He robbed a
banks.
bank.
That's true.
He just killed a couple.
Yeah,
guards.
he killed a couple guards.
Jesus thought bankers were bad people, so
I mean, I don't disagree.
Either way, I don't mind dropping by just to let him know, hey, you didn't realize the value of this when we gave it to you. So stop and realize that there are things that you don't know out there, and you're going to get their attention.
Do we want to tell him that Scarab Man's dead?
No, because you know what's going to happen? We've just created another Madam Lynn scenario. It's time to go. The less he knows, the better he knows. Let him come for him.
All right.
I think it was
All right. Yeah, there's nothing here to take. I mean, nothing here to discover anyway.
Well, in that case, I'll let Rogers know in a telegram
There you go.
that he has the mask and to firebomb his house.
That's a better idea.
all right.
Get Delta Green pointed in that direction. I'm fine with that.
All right. Sounds like a
Unless
plan.
they don't want to melt the mask, which controls a terracotta soldier and a monk.
But then they could deal with it. They could deal with it. We don't have to. All right.
Next C-Team adventure.
Yeah.
So you will, if you, once you spend the next day, you can find passage. You can get on a boat that will take you to Cairo. That is May 22nd. There are incredibly hilarious Duchess hijinks on the boat that we will all laugh about and remember for years. I'm sure. And you find yourself in Cairo. Let's see. I need to check the shipping time thing here. Let's see. Travel.
It's just 3 days or something like that. I don't know for sure, but
Well, it's from London to Cairo was about. I'm basically going to do half the time from London to Cairo.
Well, London was around the outside, whereas Italy is right across.
The inside. Yeah. So it would be, you know what I mean? So what, it's like 4 hours or something to like Africa from Spain.
Let's see here.
Yeah,
Less
it's
than
not that far.
There's somewhere in here. There's a travel. Not Peru, not pre-generated PCs. Is it an appendix? All right, let's check the Egypt chapter. This is just good radio.
Don't suppose we could make an argument for making those skill
What?
checks that we have checked off.
All right.
According to the internet, it says 6 to 8 days at 4 to 5 knots. I think we need to buy a faster boat.
Well, yeah, that's sailing. That's sailing, though.
Yeah.
That's
We're
really not like,
a sailboat.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's still not going to go that fast.
I mean, unless we want to be
Faster than 4
leisurely
knots.
stand back.
True. But
Yeah, take some time to do some therapy.
there you go.
It's also a possibility.
That's awesome. Yes, therapy and maybe,
But we are actually
our
cutting.
skills.
We do are on a timetable.
So it will. Why don't you just look in the index, Ezra? Why don't you, instead of flipping through pages?
Should I roll for therapy sessions?
Yes.
That'd be cool.
I've been above 30 in a long time.
I don't know how I feel about therapy with the worst of them all.
That he was daft.
He's one of us.
The Catholic Church has always had a problem with science. So of course someone who tries to solve things with science is going to be seen as the literal devil.
Exactly.
But here's the thing. He is one of us, and we said that he was crazy. So where does that put us? And I don't need therapy from an equally crazy person.
Look, if it helps me put down roots a little bit deeper so that I can hang on long enough to see this through, I will do whatever it fucking takes.
I'm just saying, was it religion or science that took care of the soul-eating beetle?
It was a terracotta warrior. It was none of them. It was a magic terracotta warrior.
See? Magic.
He was significantly weakened by the poison spray.
True.
Not enjoy the poison, that's for sure. He also had no idea what it did to him. He was like, he'd never experienced that. So we're gonna say it's a week. That means you'll be pulling into Cairo on May 29th. So yes,
Okay.
all do skill checks.
Well, no, is that 7 psychoanalysis checks?
And, so we're basically going to give everybody some sanity back. And
Yes.
so do your skill checks, and then we'll deal with that.
All right.
So we arrive in Cairo on the 29th. Okay.
So I think Cairo on the 29th.
I don't get that I don't get the Italian check, do I? Because we just went to the restaurant.
That's correct. You
Did
decide.
I also get fighting brawl for the for the wrestling hold I put on what's his name?
Beat up an old man? Yes.
Oh, that's the best
This is the episode
and the worst.
for the player characters are the real monsters of
We are. Here's a sad thing.
God.
I've literally made every single skill check. That's all.
I've made all of mine. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I've been rolling like 05, 02.
Really? Oh, I've been
no, sorry,
rolling
I've been
all
failing
my
all of
trash. I've been all my trash.
No,
Everything's like a few
and we're
above.
talking like really like, oh, I have a 15 in this. Nope, made it.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. Me too. It's like, oh, I have a 2 in this. Oh, I made it.
I keep adding 10 to these things. Pleased about
So what do you guys remember about how you left Cairo?
this.
I've
You tell us.
been to Cairo before.
Yes, the one time I wanted to fumble in a knife attack and I got it.
Nice.
Didn't we leave Cairo? I don't know. Night of Chris. Then we came. No, who came back? Didn't the B team come back to finish the job?
Yeah.
Team, and which included Donald. So Donald was there for Night of Chris.
Yeah, the Cairo was fine when I left it.
Ezra?
Yep.
I have a skill that's at 97 now.
Well, there you go. You gain a D10 sanity. I'll let you roll it.
Thank you. Thank God it's a 10.
There you go.
God.
Oh,
So
I've still got one more
how
left.
did we leave Cairo? I can barely remember, other than probably terribly.
So the first time you left Cairo, you left pretty quickly, and the Girdle of Nitocris was there, and the B team then found the thing going on, and the Black Pharaoh actually didn't want Nitocris to come back, and so they made a deal with the Black Pharaoh.
I remember that, but that wasn't what I remembered.
How did that go, Donald?
Yeah, how'd that go?
The Black Pharaoh has the heart of Nitocris,
Yeah. The new girdle.
Mm-hmm.
and
So- Yeah.
and that is about where they left.
All the followers are being devoured by these creatures of the field or whatnot. And I think there was a
Those were
fire
taking-
being set by the other Emma.
There was indeed another evil Emma.
We needed to get a list to keep track of all of the evil Emmas.
Which one?
Yeah, exactly. Nice.
But evil Emma's dead now.
No, didn't get that one.
I have Murder Cat. I have statues of copper snakes. I don't. What was the murder? What murder cat? Which town was murder cat?
Murder
Right,
cat.
wasn't it?
That was at the house where you
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, you never saw the murder cat.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh wait, is Evil Emma dead? I can't remember. No, Nitocris is dead.
Chris is dead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you come into Port Said, which is where again the ship pulls you off. Emma beats up another hotel guy, and
I don't think I have to anymore.
yeah, the
Reputation
guy from that
for-
hotel like sees you, and he's like, "Oh God, no!"
Your reputation precedes you.
How much sanity do we get back on the boat?
Oh yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Doctor, make me a psychotherapy roll.
Anyone want to inspire that?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. What? I was like, huh?
Okay, there we go. Yes, that would be. I rolled a 5. That's not a. Nope, that is a critical success.
Critical success. All right, then everyone gets 8 sanity back.
Wow.
Check that one.
You could only make that luck.
Where's my therapist?
Oh my God, I just took the biggest jump in sanity in a very long time.
Yeah.
Doctor,
I am super sane.
you get 1 sanity back from doing a good job.
Aw.
Aw.
That's
Um,
all.
it's-
That's all I need.
Yeah, right. Is out of curiosity, during the week on the boat, was there music of any variety that I would have gone and participated in?
Sure. Yeah. That could be-
Neat.
Yeah.
I don't need anything for it. It's just a fun flavor thing for me.
While we figure it out.
Hmm?
So you stop at Port Said and you head into Cairo. Everybody make me a spot hidden roll.
The last time we were in Cairo was in April, early April. Oh yeah. Critically made it, or extremely critically, whatever that is.
Barely.
Yeah, that's a critical for me as well.
So
Yeah.
everybody who got a hard success or better,
Ah.
you notice at Port Said there are a lot more soldiers, and they are Egyptian soldiers, not English soldiers.
So did we get a cab driver?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you get a cab driver.
Okay.
Who
Yeah,
he
last time I was here,
show you all of beautiful Cairo.
hold on. Last time I was here, there was a military base that we went to. We should return to that base, perhaps.
To the army base you're going to go to?
I think that'd be a good idea.
So the army base is on the outskirts of Cairo, on like the far side of the city. So you're going to drive through the whole city. You're just going straight to the army base.
I think we should.
Okay.
Are we able to get a view of the city and how things look, at least on the surface, as we pass through it?
We're about to drive through it. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, if you have contacts at the army base, that might not be a bad place to start. Although, Emma, didn't you say you had someone at the Catholic Church here?
Oh yeah, we have to go see that in person
I heard that laugh, Ezra.
for our mission, but I mean, we need a place to stay first. We can't just.
Rogers had put us up at that base. That's where.
Yes. That sounds like a
That's
plan.
probably one of the best places for us to be.
Okay. So you will pull up. The cab driver pulls up at the base. There's a soldier at the front, and he comes forward and he says, he's an American. Can I help you?
Well, I'll look at Hollister.
Yeah, we're all looking at Hollister.
Oh yes, yeah. I show him my identification.
All right. Oh, of course, sir. Come on in. Do you have a military rank, or are you?
I probably have like a civilian rank.
Yeah, you're a GM. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, they'll bring you in. The cab driver wants to get out of there as quickly as possible.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, on the drive in, you notice that there is definitely more of a military presence. And everybody make me a luck roll.
Got it.
Ooh, I did not make it.
Nope.
Successes. 3 successes. All right. So yeah, you drive through town, and the main thing you notice is that there were not like armored vehicles in the streets the last time you were here. And yeah, you didn't make you got 3 successes. There you go. You get to the military base, and Hollister, you've been on military bases before. This place is on alert. There are more sentries than usual. Everyone is armed. They have dispensed weapons. And you notice that this place is definitely on alert.
It's almost like someone came through and destabilized the region.
No idea what you're talking about.
And the CO of the base will bring you guys into a conference room, and he'll say, I remember you were here before when this all started. So why are you, all right, look, do you know what the situation is right now?
I have an idea, but you should brief us. We've been out of country for several months.
So pretty much all of Egypt except the coast has been lost to the armies of the Black Pharaoh. The English have essentially been removed. There's a provisional Egyptian government that's taken over in Cairo.
Armies of the Black Pharaoh?
Did I stutter?
What does that mean? I'm not familiar with that group.
Rebel group. We've been assured by their leadership that they will observe the treaties that Egypt has with the United States of America. But that doesn't mean that we're not on alert.
No, that's what's wise.
And this provisional pissant government, they can't keep Cairo.
Do you have any intel on this group? I've never heard of anything about them before.
Are you trying to lie to this guy?
The Army of the Black Pharaoh. Yeah, I'm curious what this guy knows about him as far as intelligence goes.
I mean, but so you're gonna because I mean you've not heard of the Army of the Black Pharaoh, but you've definitely heard of the Black Pharaoh, and
right.
All right,
and made a deal with him and whatnot.
Well, there's that.
Well, luckily he's distracted. We don't have a lot of intelligence about it. We don't know where they came from. I mean, somebody apparently organized the goddamn Bedouins or something, and they've all risen up, and pretty much if you're not in Cairo, you're in their territory.
That'll be a problem for us. Our target destination is within their territory.
Well, go armed.
Understood. We'll have our CO talk to your CO and make arrangements for what we need to do.
You have a CO?
Right, Rogers.
I think we're going to have to be responsible for ourselves to a certain extent.
This is a very delicate diplomatic situation right now.
Yeah,
and
we
if
can't.
The United States of America is going to maintain these treaties, we can't be seen as aiding either side.
Sure. Well then.
I mean, look, I'm happy to put you up here, but I'm just glad that most of you aren't American.
We appreciate the help. Once we've
you're American now. Joan, you're American, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm surprised some of you aren't American anyway.
Yeah.
Well, once we're established, we'll contact our CO and get further instructions what we need to do. But thank you for your hospitality.
Appreciate it.
Yes, very much so.
Of course. If I could share, I'm happy to share whatever intelligence we have.
Any areas that you recommend we stay out of more than others?
I'd stay in Cairo.
How do we get permission to go to a? How do we get permission in order to do a dig someplace?
Oh, you don't have to do a dig.
These
Paperwork.
This whatever this army is, they slaughtered the Clive expedition.
Oh.
It's some sort of nativist uprising. They definitely congregate around pyramids.
Oh no.
All right, we're gonna have to requisition a good bit of ammunition.
And an airplane and some explosives.
Right.
We already have
Some of that.
Yeah.
Let's have this conversation with our CO
Yes.
confidentially, perhaps.
Yes. Thank you.
And if they have a
Yes. Let's
Never mind.
wait until we have a conversation with Rogers and figure out what we're doing.
well, to a certain extent, we know what we're doing.
But let's have a convo. Come on, guys. Let's go.
I mean, whatever you're gonna do, I wouldn't take too long. I'm not sure how long Cairo's gonna hold out.
Heard.
Thank you.
He'll give you the room. He's gonna.
Okay.
Sweet. All right.
What the hell happened the last time you were here?
Last time we were here, the Nitocris was raising her own army with the intention of taking over the entire nation of Egypt. And then that proceeding that she had, the gathering she had, was entirely destroyed, disrupted. All of her followers were killed. That's the last we knew of it. Whatever she called her group, they were slaughtered, apparently replaced by a new group that we were unaware of. The Black Pharaoh himself was raised.
Oh no.
Do they know that you made a deal with the Black Pharaoh? I can't remember if.
I think he told them.
Yeah, he told us that he needed the headdress of eyes for a deal he had made.
Yeah.
Which no longer exists.
True.
I wonder how well that will go over with the person
Yeah.
you made a deal with.
Well, we did see the Black Pharaoh briefly in a blimp, and he seemed to be sort of all, forgive and forget.
He was very Black Pharaoh.
Well, I don't think he's going to be keen on what we're about to do.
He will not.
And what we're about to do is going to be incredibly difficult because we need to gather a group of people and transport them to the Red Pyramid, where
Yep.
most certainly, and we have to clear out all evil around that
Yep.
pyramid before we do the ritual, while the people that we're escorting don't die.
What, all night for this ritual?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long process. They have to be secure.
It's a moonrise to sunrise, isn't it?
And what day is it? And what day is the full moon?
It is currently the 29th, and I think the eclipse is the 6th.
The 6th.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't believe I remembered that.
Yep. So we have 8 days.
Yeah, I wanted to be here sooner than that, but
Well, the business in Rome took a little bit
delays, yeah.
longer than anticipated.
Well,
Well. Do we have everything else we need except for the people?
Well,
we need to leave now and try to gather the people from whatever places. We have no time.
Well, we have a diocese, but probably we don't have that anymore, do we? Do you have your note?
We've got 8 days to figure this out, but we're not going anywhere in this hostile circumstance. I don't know how we get in there with all these people.
Yeah.
Well, if there's an alternative, come up with it now.
We need to think about this.
I do like the airplane idea.
we won't be able to get enough people onto an airplane, not unless we're willing to drain every single one of them of all of their blood, and I'd really rather not.
And we can't do that. We have to. The blood has to be spilt there.
Well, that I mean, we'd only be able to bring enough people to once there drain them entirely.
Yeah.
On an airplane.
From the boat that you took down the Nile, it was about a day into the pyramids from whatever that Dashur, I think it was.
Yeah.
Ashuria.
Well, I'll do the cup with the water if we haven't done that already on the eye to figure out.
Start doing math.
All right,
Yeah.
you spend some time. You crunch the numbers. It is something that you have the answer.
Okay.
I'm not going to pretend like I know what the math of it actually is. And ironically, the book does not mention it.
Does that give us at least an idea of how many people we would need to get good amounts? Because I mean, we need to figure out what kind of a convoy we're dealing with here.
Right.
See if it says anything about that.
Because I mean, if there's any way that we can, there was someone at the Blue Pyramid Club who was Egyptian but thoroughly anglicized. If we can get him to make connections for us and have it be Egyptian appearing on like a riverboat with all of the white people stuffed in the bottom,
Yeah.
and then arrive and do
Well,
what we
that sounds like a good use of today, right?
I think so.
And is there anyone else that we need to contact in Cairo while we are able to travel in it?
I think we've either burned most of the bridges or we've used all of the favors with the priestess of because the closest that we have to a friend here is the priestess of Bast, and we've used
That's what I was about to say, cat lady.
I have something. The Black Pharaoh used these underground tunnels when he brought us back from the ocean and traveled all the way to the gathering where Nitocris was. I don't recall exactly where the entrance was. He's a crazy fellow, but these tunnels exist.
That might be the understatement of the century, darling.
He's a crazy fellow.
But I'm worried if it's the army of the Black Pharaoh, we would go into essentially the pyramid of the Black Pharaoh, which I imagine they're not going to let us do a ritual at their worship's pyramid.
We're going to have to purge the area of evil that was always going to be. I mean, that's why we have a flamethrower here and a requisition form.
And what?
One flamethrower is not enough.
Well, no, but we're also going to get copious amounts of ammunition, and we're going to do.
Too bad Yusuf wasn't here, because let's try the long game. I mean, we've got a couple, like infiltrate the Brotherhood, raise through the ranks, move all the soldiers.
If it's a nativist organization, we are way too white for
low.
that,
Yeah.
and Yosef is kind of brain dead at the moment, I think.
Do we have any allies at all in Egypt? Anyone left?
This is my first time here.
I really don't think we have anyone here that we haven't completely burnt out. Besides, I'm sorry, Ezra, I can't remember the guy's name at the Blue Pyramid Club.
Oh, that was
I have it in my notes somewhere.
Spy was
that the guy?
Is there a reason Emma's not bringing up the introduction?
I mean, I can go. I just don't. I need somebody who's obviously not going to sound crazy like I need the blood of so many innocent people in order to close the ritual to put away the Brotherhood of the Pharaoh.
Well, I don't think there's a non-crazy way to ask for that.
Nigel Wasif.
Him.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Was he the newspaper person?
Yeah.
But I mean, very soon we're not going to be welcome in Cairo anymore either, regardless of what we do. So may as well go and ask and say it's to stop the cult that's from taking over the nation.
We might get some help from the locals.
Do you think the locals would be willing to help with something like that?
If we can stop the army of the Black Pharaoh, I'm sure they would.
I mean, that depends on whether or not they think that's a bad thing. I mean, the army of the Black Pharaoh kicked out the British.
Yeah.
Imagine if that happened in Ireland, Donald.
They haven't surrendered. Like, the army of the Black Pharaoh has not. Like, you don't know if they haven't wanted Cairo yet, or if Cairo hasn't surrendered or what. But they have not taken Cairo yet. So there's some resistance to that. But
the rest of Egypt has been taken over by this army, yeah?
Yeah.
But it's the tribesmen, which means they're probably, not people they're very happy about taking over their cities. They had a local group. I can't recall. There was Egyptian natives who were looking to take power themselves, and actually had ministerial jobs and a government all set up and whatnot.
Right.
Those fellows would want to keep power.
I mean, if you can remember any of them, maybe we can talk to them.
Sadly, it was not me to do all the diplomatic stuff. We had the doctor, and then we had the other Emma.
Oh, that was when you were here with Doyleson. That's right.
Right. I think the other Emma had made a couple of friends. She was a newspaper reporter or something like that. It was very, very socialite, meeting people, having parties and whatnot.
That nidicrus.
But I don't know if she made any contacts we could have utilized at this point. Maybe Rogers can ask her and see if there's someone we should be speaking to.
Maybe.
Huh. I really can't. Well, I will look for next time for the exact sort of number of people to give you a sense. But you know, he did the math. You know how many people you need. You will have that number. Probably.
Awesome.
I mean, we just have to convince as many people as we can, and we have to do it today.
Yeah.
What day of the week is it, Emma? May 29th.
It's a Friday.
20th.
So we have until next Saturday.
Oof.
All right.
Well,
I think on that sad note of exasperated sighs, we're going to call this episode. Thank you so much for your likes, your subscribes, the crazy amount of bits. I have used bits before. I'm not a perfect man. I'm not gonna lie. We have this is among the most quotes I've ever written down. So we started with, well, Julius Caesar told me there are other things out on the town right now. It was a demonic demon. Okay, we have no leverage. Like he's a guppy in an ocean. We're really lucky the ship will sink on the way there. I spent the week explaining things I didn't do. I know a guy. He's in the basement of the Vatican.
yeah.
Here's other problems. That mask comes with some firepower. It's too much coincidence to be coincidental. I like that.
But it was.
And kind of.
I thought you were in the business of saving souls. I named him after my favorite tequila. I don't put on masks. I don't read books. How do you forget about the end of the world? I think might be the episode title.
That's good.
And then the follow-up, I guess technically I did murder the world. I'm in a warehouse with a bonfire and a crazy man. This is my second choice for episode title. This is one more town you can't come back to. And our sage advice is crap advice. That was really
True.
But I think it's going to be how do you forget about the end of the world?
Really, I like it's uncoincidentally coincidence or whatever.
It's too much coincidence.
All right, I'll go with that one. It's too much coincidence to be
I
coincidental.
got one.
Yes.
I'm
yes.
so happy. I never get to give episode titles.
So next time we will start up with your efforts to maybe win back Egypt. Who knows? Maybe.
Well, we're not gonna get that ambitious.
No.
We just want to do this damn ritual, man.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
So don't forget, Monday we're back with Dragon of Ice Spire Peak. James is going to be here in the chair with several people you see here. Tuesday, it's the Chaos Agents. Thomas will be here to try and keep up with the wackiness that they throw out there. And then we're back Saturday. That is the Saturday of Labor Day weekend, I think. Yay.
It is.
And you have a few more hours to get your Birds of Paradise 20% off. What was the code? Too hot?
Too hot.
Hot.
Yeah.
Too hot. A hot damn.
YouTube, thank you so much for your likes and your subscribes and just how much your involvement and your engagement. We love it. Thanks so much to our entire community. Jump on our Discord. There's all sorts of good stuff going on there. And who knows? Maybe maybe there'll be another forum game run there through the Discord. That was a big hit. He got a lot of he got a full table. That's all you need. I think that's gonna do it for Quests and Chaos. Don't forget the big giveaway that uses that thing that I don't remember, King Sumo or Sumo King. I don't remember. It's one of those two. Google it. So we will see you next week. Goodbye, internet friends.
Bing it.